The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
50 years ago today, we lost an icon. Somebody that we all looked up to, somebody that we all admired when we were kids. And it was 50 years ago today that this person was tragically taken away from us. She was a loner, a rebel, a go-getter. Large Marge. 50 years ago today, you were driving down that Texas highway and got burnt up in the most twisted, fucked up wreck in the history of car crashes. So today we're going to dedicate this episode to Large Marge, who died at age 36. We hold a glass to you, Large Marge. I'm sure you're still riding around in the semi truck, up in the clouds, getting ready to pick up whatever hitchhikers cross your path. That's it, huh? Oh yeah, we got Arkham Josh here too. Welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Welcome to episode 598 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is the world's most dangerous podcast and is recorded in front of an undead studio audience here at Castle Wolfenstein. Also, the lair of lost swag within the Raven Chateau, Casa de -0, and also we don't have a name for his location, but it's probably from parts unknown Rhode Island. We are joined, as MZ said, by Arkham Josh. It's been a while, Josh. What the fuck's up, man?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Hey, thanks for having me back, guys.
Of course. It's been far too long, but it's great to see your let's try to quote MZ. I don't remember what he said. Your hair without a hat.
Yeah.
MZ was all thrown off by Josh's lack of a hat.
My hatless head.
Hatless hat.
I am. I don't
Yeah.
know what to look at anymore.
Your eyes up here, Tiger. Okay.
Yeah.
His
Right
hair.
there.
Look at his hair.
I don't even know what I mean. It doesn't even look like him.
What are you talking about?
I'm
Doesn't
an-
look like
I'm
him?
an imposter.
Yeah. Does he look like DB Cooper?
Ooh. I was thinking like Kurt Russell and Soldier with a little bit more of a quaff, bro.
Too round in the face.
You look good, dude. You look good for real. No shit.
Thank you. You guys all look good as well.
Thank you, Josh.
I'm enjoying the fancy new logo with all the hair.
Oh, yeah. It's just maybe a placeholder for the time being. I don't know. Just trying to mix it up. But I appreciate that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know what you want to call this place. It's a room full of movies and stuff right now.
It's like coming from Media Play.
Yes.
Is Media Play even around anywhere?
But more so than you would think, because I've been working on expanding the resale business.
Oh, nice.
So of course there's still the records, and Steph is doing the vintage clothes. But let me see here. So all these boxes here, and then let's see, I can show you like over here.
Wow.
I've been buying tons and tons of like Blu-rays, DVDs, and so that now when I go out and do events that are kind of more mixed and not just records, I can have interesting movies and stuff too.
That's a good idea.
It should be the Broken Record Ranch.
It's a good idea though, because a lot of physical locations are stopping DVDs and Blu-rays. Like Best Buy announced that they're stopping them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm not just out there buying like any old thing, you know. So like all this stuff here is all either horror, sci-fi, cult,
Nice.
or like foreign releases. The cardboard boxes that you saw, I was actually able to, from one location, get about 8 of those boxes full, and they all came from one person's collection, and 2 full boxes were just all Criterion Collection discs.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, damn it.
MZ's
So,
like, fuck, I should have fucking stole it from someone.
Well, I knew I was in the right spot when I opened the first box, and then in one entire row was all the MGM Midnight Movies line.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Hey, that's quality.
Yeah, so obviously I bought all those.
Me too.
Yeah. So, you know, once I start doing more mixed events that aren't just records, I'll have a bunch of this stuff. MZ, I know you'll, since I know you are a fan and attendee of the Monster Expos, will you be at the one in July in New Hampshire?
Let's see. I know I was getting all confused because they have the one in April.
Yep, which
Yeah,
is in Fairhaven.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
going to that. I don't know if I'm going to be at the one in New Hampshire. I haven't decided that yet.
Gotcha. Well, if you go, I'm going to be there vending, and a lot of these movies are for that.
Might be a good reason to go then, MZ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might blow off the Fairhaven show and just go to the and go to the one in New Hampshire.
There you go.
Oh, I just might do that.
Mm.
I
It
might-
is closer to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be an easier drive, probably.
Where in New Hampshire was it? Laconia?
You know what? I can double check right now.
I have no idea.
I know this makes fascinating radio.
It
right?
does. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's waiting. So.
Yeah.
What's it gonna be? What's the date?
What is it? What is it?
June 14th.
No, it's in July.
Yeah.
It is July 11th through 14th in Nashua, New Hampshire.
Nashua. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh,
it's at the Nashua Sheraton.
Good old
all right.
Nashua.
Oh, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I might blow off the one in Fairhaven and hit the one in Nashua.
And
Mm.
fuck you, Connecticut.
Well,
Well, nobody mentioned Connecticut at all.
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought it was Connecticut.
No, Massachusetts, Fairhaven, Mass.
I still fucking hate Connecticut.
well, yeah. Connecticut is really just it's a highway that connects
Yeah.
the rest of
Yeah.
New England to New
Yeah.
York. That's pretty much all it is.
Plus, if you come to the New Hampshire one, you'll get to hang out with Melissa Rose. How's that, Monster Expo?
See,
Yeah.
look at that.
You know?
It's named
There we
after you. It should be Monster
Zero Expo.
Zero Expo. Yeah.
Zerexpo.
Monster Zexpo. Sexpo.
Oh,
Let's see. Yeah. It's 55 miles shorter.
See?
Look at that.
That
Oh.
might
Yeah.
work for you.
I just
Yeah. We got ourselves a nice 10x10 booth for the weekend.
nice.
So I'll have records, movies, books, posters, all sorts of stuff.
Maybe Josh will put you to work for a discount. You get 5% off if you work all weekend.
Yeah, make sure you come on Sunday so it helps loading in back
Yeah.
in the car.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering what maybe you know, Josh.
Yeah.
Why are they doing a July show?
I have no idea.
Josh
Because
just
I was
wants to
getting
make some
confused
fucking
'cause
money.
I was getting confused because I put in my an appointment for my reservation for my hotel room in
Yeah.
Fairhaven.
Yeah.
And I saw, April 26th, 27th, something like that.
Yeah.
And then I see what I thought was the same
Yeah.
advertised show, only this time I'm seeing it as
New Hampshire.
July.
Yeah.
No, that's what it is. Yeah, instead of the date, I'm looking at the location and it's saying, wait, it's in New Hampshire. So I'm thinking, oh wait, maybe I saw it wrong. Maybe it's in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And then I was getting everything all confused, and my mind was going, kind of batshit.
Uh-oh.
And then I'm just yesterday, as a matter of fact, I just realized, oh, there's two different shows.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to cancel the Fairhaven show and hit the
New Hampshire. Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
If only just to see you, dude.
Oh.
Oh, you won't recognize him without his hat on either.
Yeah.
I'll wear my hat.
Josh.
I'll wear my hat. Don't worry.
Who are you?
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to the. I actually am pretty sure I'm not going to make it to the Fairhaven show at all. This time. So it's the same weekend as Chiller.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I think Steph and I were thinking about going down to do Chiller for the Saturday, and then get a hotel room, and then the next day, that Sunday, is a record show. That's like a third of the way home from there. That I'll get a table at, so we can try to make back some of the money we spent at Chiller.
There you go. It's a good deal.
Yeah. I haven't done Chiller, Jesus, since 2010. When I worked the Italian Invasion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those were a blast. Oh my God, those were so much fun.
Yeah, Steph and I went down this past October so I could meet Christina Lindberg.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I saw that. You lucky son of a bitch. Oh God damn. Oh God damn you, son of a bitch.
Go fuck yourself, Josh.
How was she?
She was super nice.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very, very, very excited to meet the fans. Very nice. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So.
Yeah, I would love to meet Christina Lindberg. She must, but I'm sure her price tag is. I have a feeling her price tag must be pretty steep.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think it was probably in the 40 or 50 range.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's not. Well, actually, you know what? That's not too bad.
Yeah, these days that's on the low end. I think if I remember correctly, I think I might have paid $60 to get the combination like photo and picture.
Yeah. You know what? I think that's worth it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you figure where she's coming from.
Yeah.
She doesn't do too many in the States. Probably never.
Right.
I think Chiller was her first one in the States.
And I think it was her second. I think she had done one before, and I know she was supposed to be at a Horror Hound before that she had to cancel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think it was actually her second appearance.
Now, if she could do a Monster Expo.
Yeah.
In New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great. Oh.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You got the box set.
The Vinegar Syndrome set. That's what I had her sign.
Damn it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Yeah.
God damn.
She was in Thriller, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Or picture,
Yeah. And now that I've thoroughly derailed the show.
Well, if you guys just want to have a phone conversation, you guys can just hang out. Raven Shadow and I will just just hang out and observe.
Yeah.
So long as you don't mind.
It's a long distance call for free.
No, you hang up first.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be as entertaining to the listeners.
I love you more.
I want to hear the gossip that they get into.
But there are people in the chat room right now going, talk about something more interesting.
Can you believe what Michael Raven Shadow did? He couldn't find his lighter.
Everybody can believe that. I mean, it's in his hand right now, and he doesn't know where it is.
Yeah, it's true. Where's your lighter, Raven Shadow?
That's funny.
Because it's true.
It's funny. Marion just resent me a photo from a couple of years ago. I was in the kitchen, and I'm like, "Where the fuck is all of his snacks?" I think I took him back in from a walk or whatever. I'm like, "Where the fuck is his snacks?" And there's a point where I look down and I'm opening the cabinets and shit like
You're
that.
holding him.
But I'm holding the fucking Tupperware thing with his fucking snacks around.
Did you scold yourself?
No, but that's the fucking devil's lettuce. I'll tell you that much.
Devil's lettuce. Shit. All right, so on this week's show, we'll be talking about the film Saltburn, the latest picture from director Emerald Fennell, and we will be discussing that one. Looking forward to the discussion, see what everyone thinks. It is the follow-up to Promising Young Woman, which I know we all generally liked quite a bit. So we'll see if was the film, did it hold up as good? Raven Chat, I think you're telegraphing your review.
What a fucking crazy follow-up, bro. Come on now. Insane.
Insane? Crazy?
Crazy, insane? Insane, crazy?
So, yeah, we're going to be talking about that in a little bit, but we'll shoot the shit for a little while before that happens. But let's see. Anything happened this week that you guys are excited to talk about? Besides Josh joining us. And we got some potentially good news for our episode 600 coming up, but I might hold off to see what the weather's going to be like.
Just in case.
Hint.
Yeah. But yeah, so we got episode 600 coming up. We have next week we have another guest lined up. We'll talk about that in just a bit. And I talked about, let's see, on the Discord, I talked about doing, I need a better name for it, but a film advisory board. So all of our Patreon supporters can assist in helping to pick the films that we discuss. I figured it would be a cool way to get everyone just a little bit more involved. And everyone who is part of the film advisory board, or whatever it's going to be called eventually, they will also be able to participate in the year-end, when we do our top 13 lists. Although you have to have seen, I think, like a good percentage. We'll figure out what that is, but probably around like 85 to 90% of the films. So, if we end up we did 61 last year, and I think as long as you've seen like around 50 of them, I think we'll allow people to participate in that. So if that's something you guys are interested in and you're not already a Patreon supporter, you can go ahead and join patreon.trickortreatradio.com. But we'll talk a little bit more about Patreon later, but I just want to kind of get that out of the way here first and kind of mention that. What else do we have coming up? So how about you, Josh? So I know you're a big film watcher, so I don't know, did you do a best of, or did you compile a list at all this year? Or if not, like what are some of the ones that really stood out for you?
I did not, but let's see, I'm trying to think of some of the
I know I kind of put you on the spot there.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously not just talking about like what you guys covered. But let's see, some things that really stand out from the year. I did quite like Beau is Afraid, but I don't know if I'm ever going to go back to watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. A big one that to me I feel stuck with me much more than I expected it to would be the Barbie movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite film of the year. Like, obviously we didn't discuss it on the show, so it didn't show up in the top 13. But yeah, I loved it.
Right. But I'm a little bit at a loss for Sisu was also fantastic.
Yep.
Yes. So, yeah. My movie watching at the end of the year got a lot less than I was hoping, because things got really hectic. Oh, but yeah, here's another one. Is Godzilla -1.
Mm.
Yeah.
I gotta see that.
Yeah.
Everyone loves it.
Nothing but great things about it. I haven't heard a single negative review on that film yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and one last one that I think you guys will appreciate. And I am not a big wrestling guy. I know a little bit. I know enough to know that Iron Claw was not entirely accurate, but it was a
Yeah.
very entertaining movie.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that one. I haven't been to the theater since Barbie, so it's been a while. But yeah,
I
I want to see
have
that.
one major complaint about it, and I don't think this will ruin it for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, because I've seen other people like posting that this is like a major flaw, but they leave Chris entirely out of the movie.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And again, like I'm not like a big fan, but like I just know enough about it to be like, wait, there was another guy, right?
I mean, the Von Erichs could probably be a fucking trilogy.
I mean, I get it. If you're gonna leave someone out, though, Chris Von Erich is the one that you leave out. You know, like, not to say that.
But I read that the director said they left him out because of time constraints. The movie was a little over 2 hours.
Yeah.
You didn't even really have to concentrate on him. If you just had an actor that was him in some of the family scenes and then spent 10 minutes worth of scenes like that set up his attempt at a career in suicide.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe they just decided, like, you know, I think there's been enough suicide in this or death in this movie already.
The other thing I thought was maybe they didn't want it to get too repetitive when that would have been two brothers shooting themselves in succession.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, spoiler alert, but it really happened.
Yeah.
Now, did they cover the other brother, the one that was just a toddler when he drowned in the bathtub?
Yeah. No.
Right now, he gets time in the movie, but Chris doesn't.
So he is mentioned at the beginning and then referenced again at the end. So yes, even though he maybe constitutes less than 2 minutes of screen time, but there is no mention or representation of Chris at all.
That's wrong.
And I had made the joke to somebody, because you know how like they got good actors that kind of really beefed up to play the role, and I was like, oh, if they do Chris, I really hope they got Adam Devine to like pack on some muscle. But unfortunately, they did not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, obviously, I'm a big wrestling fan, and I'm kind of a purist when it comes to things like that. But honestly, like in a film that it's not a biopic. You know, it's a film that's loosely based on their story. Like, it's not based on a book. It's not like they didn't have to buy any rights. They just did it. And then the Von Erichs found out after, or during, rather. Yeah. So it's one of those things like, they don't have to have permission to do certain things. So, I mean, I get it. Like, you want to focus on a certain amount of characters. And, if they had put a little bit more focus on Chris, it might have, kind of diluted from some of the other stories or something.
Yeah. But even with that said, there's a chance that if I made a top 10 list, it would probably still make it, because it was a really well-made, entertaining, and well-acted film.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
How was it awkward to see Will Ferrell as Ric Flair?
Who?
Wait, Ferrell was Flair?
Was that him?
Yeah.
Really?
No,
I didn't even realize.
Wait.
Him.
Did you say Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell.
That's not Will Ferrell.
I don't think so.
That's not Will Ferrell.
Wait.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Wait. Maybe I'm getting the names mixed up. Hold on.
Will Ferrell.
One was an Anchorman.
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, what the fuck?
Hold on.
Was it weird when fucking Billy D. Williams was
I don't know how you mistake Will Ferrell for Aaron Dean Eisenberg.
Well, obviously Wolfie. What are you fucking?
Oh, well, that's Will Ferrell's real name, actually. No.
Yeah.
He plays the same character from Elf, but with a fucking Ric Flair robe.
Oh my God, Art Anderson!
jet flying. Oh, I don't even remember the fucking thing.
I don't know. I think somebody gave you some inaccurate information.
Yeah. I don't know where that came from, MZ. What the
It's
fuck?
quite possible.
Will Ferrell?
Maybe he played him in a sketch at one point.
Yeah. I am in a glass case of emotion.
Oh.
All right, I fucked up.
Yeah, you did. You fucked up big time,
You
dude.
fucked up. You fucked
You,
up.
you fucked up.
Now,
You fucked up.
we need to see the snaps. Explain your mistake.
Yeah.
Because I keep on seeing memes on Facebook about how Will Ferrell is Ric Flair in this movie, and I'm looking at it, like,
What?
you know, I didn't have to really do any research. I'm looking at the picture, and there's
Obviously.
Will Ferrell
He played Ricky Bobby.
done up as Ric Flair.
Yeah. Ricky Flair. Ricky Bobby
So I
Flair.
thought, so I thought he was in the movie. I've seen it more than a handful of times too, on different memes too. So I'm like, all right,
Uh-oh.
maybe he is in the movie. Wouldn't be that unusual.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't in the version I saw.
I did look it up just to see. I found something here. Let me.
Uh-oh.
Some on Twitter, someone said Will Ferrell could have done a better job as Ric Flair in Iron Claw. So, and then they posted a video. So let me just play a few seconds.
Right now, I know I can. I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
Oh, from
With a light blue hue to them, fresh and juicy, ready for the picking. All the school children are lining up to put them in the sack lunches. Hey, that plum looks good. Can I trade it for your Twinkie? No, these are my plums. I want to bite into that plum and let the juice spill down my chin.
Did you really think that was from the Iron Claw?
Of course not.
On the bottom of my plums. What the fuck?
To be fair, that's from Eastbound and Down. The great Eastbound and Down.
All right, well, yeah, and in Eastbound and Down, he does look like Ric Flair there. Now, see, I never saw Eastbound and Down.
Or Iron Claw.
Yeah.
You can see the similarities, I'm sure.
Well-
This is where we tell you, MZ, that not everything you see on the internet is real, okay?
No fucking shit, Dick Brain. I'm well aware of
What,
that.
you thought that Will
But just
Ferrell
because
was
I
Ric
believe
Flair?
this doesn't mean- But just because I believe this doesn't mean I believe everything.
The Earth
Yeah,
is
yeah.
flat, Wolfie.
I mean, honestly, I thought Monster Zero would have been more excited about Gallagher's appearance as Bruiser Brody.
Oh, shit. That would be amazing.
Go fuck yourself, Josh.
The Bruiser-matic.
You don't want to know who Emo Phillips played.
He
He was
played
the
Shawn
Undertaker,
Michaels.
wasn't
Shawn Michaels.
He was the Undertaker.
No, Shawn Michaels would have been played from the guy from by the guy from
Not Cannibal Holocaust. Cannibal the Musical.
Plague a Zombie.
It's like a zombie, yeah.
Oh shit. That was good.
Yes, and Kevin Hart played Rey Mysterio Jr.
I'm just an emo boy. Emo boy. I'm just a Butterfingers. Butterfingers.
Call me Mr. Butterfinger.
Butterfingers.
Oh god.
Oh, I got 2 words for you.
Evil Corny posted a gif of Will Ferrell with that hair, and it says "woo,
Whoa.
woo." Oh man,
Chest hurts.
Will Ferrell. That would be fucking hilarious. Oh god.
Yeah, now we have to go re-edit the movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Will Ferrell in it.
Oh boy.
So who plays Ric Flair in the movie?
Aaron Dean Eisenberg.
Is
I
he any relation to the other Eisenberg?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
No, I don't know.
Doesn't know everything.
No, it is him. It's the same Eisenberg. No,
It's Jesse Eisenberg in disguise.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Macaulay Eisenberg.
Macaulay.
Macaulay Eisenberg.
McClunky.
McClunky Eisenberg.
What was he in? I don't even know who this dude is. He
This
was
fucking took a turn.
he was in DC Noir. What is this?
Oh my
Oh, it has nothing to do with
Having a
DC
stroke.
Comics. You having a small burnt toast?
I think so. I smell. Why is it burning? Open a window.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, this guy
Going down.
this guy got like pretty panned for playing his portrayal of Flair.
All right.
So they probably
Was it
could have
that
picked.
bad?
What's that?
Hmm.
Was it that bad?
I don't know.
I mean, I didn't think it was that bad. You know, I figured there were so many other things that were inaccurate with the film that, like, eventually you just start going with it.
Right. It was kind of like the Bruce Lee in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It was this version of Flair.
Yeah.
He was like the leftovers off of Young Rock when that show got canceled. And he's like, all right, we'll just stick him into our movie.
Yeah.
That's
Nice Young
coffee
Rock reference.
with Flair.
But like I said,
Oh,
if you get a chance to see it, I still thought it was a, pretty entertaining film. The
wonder
main
where-
cast, I thought, did good.
Yeah, I wonder what Ric
Well,
Flair
just the fuck-
thought of his portrayal.
Do I get any money?
Woo!
He's got alimony payments, He's got like 30 alimony payments.
And a lot of bar tabs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you MZ? Did you know he's in AEW now?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you knew.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wooings. Wooing. What? Have you seen the spot for that? For his woo wings that he pronounces wooings?
No.
You should see it. You've got to see this. It's unbelievable. He's there posing with a half empty box of his legendary flavor World Championship wings. He opens it up. It's open for like literally a second. He closes it real quick, and he's like, "Wooey." He's like, "Woo woo."
What are
woo."
they? Like
Chicken.
chicken wings? Oh.
Yeah, and they all look burnt and they look like crap. And then,
Well, they look like him when he's all tanned up.
then he opens it up again for just a second, and then he closes it real quick, and he's like, "Woo woo woo."
Was it the fucking briefcase in Pulp Fiction? Is it
Yeah.
glowing?
There was a lot of foil in there, so with the lights hitting it. So yeah, I guess you could say it was glowing in a way.
Was it Ric Flair or was it Will Ferrell?
It was Will Ferrell. It has to be. I figured it had to have been Will Ferrell because this was a joke. This was just awful.
Ric Flair has his own energy drink now that
Yeah.
AEW's marketing.
Drink.
Woo Energy. Apparently, no one's ever seen it in stores.
Yeah, nobody's seen it.
Not a real product.
Well, it's just that
Yeah.
popular. It sells out.
Yeah. They
Oh my
sell it
God.
out the truck like Axel Foley and Beverly Hills Cop 1 selling cigarettes. Do, 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 do.
How do you do the Eddie Murphy laugh, Raven Channel?
I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. Like,
Oh yeah.
I think it's the smoking.
What the hell is that?
Yeah.
It's Woo Energy.
I need some more energy.
Speaking of Beverly Hills Cop, I did rewatch Cobra.
Oh,
Nice.
did you cut your pizza with scissors after?
I always do.
Good man, Josh.
That's a fucking gangster move right there, bro.
It is. Have you ever done a Raven Channel?
Probably Saturday. I got a special.
Marion
plan for
fucking
Christmas.
Cobretti, man.
Oh man,
Uh,
he loves that shit.
Who
He
does?
loves that Cobretti gimmick.
Who?
mhm.
Oh, Stallone?
Yeah,
Why
Who
hasn't he
wouldn't?
brought that character back?
Yeah, who wouldn't?
he should. You
We
know,
need
I was
Bri-
thinking about
We need
Marion Cobretti.
what was it? Oh shit! What was the bad dude's name? Fuck, Brian, not
Brian
James.
James.
Not Brian James. Brian Thompson. Brian Thompson.
Brian Thompson. Oh
Yeah,
my
he's
god,
the-
he was fucking terrifying.
Fucking Axis. I love that guy.
I mean, come on, somebody should remind Stallone that we have the technology now, so that he can finally do a Rambo Cobra crossover.
Oh,
No, that's true.
Do you remember when Rocky was listed as a member of the GI Joe team
No.
back in 84, 85? Marvel did a thing. It was called the GI Joe Order of Battle.
Yeah.
It was kind of like the DC Who's Who or the Marvel Universe would be all profiles of characters in the GI Joe world. There was a Transformers one too, but in issue 4, Rocky Balboa was a member of the GI Joe team, and Larry Hama actually wrote the file card.
Ah,
And actually, maybe it was 86 because the anti-Rocky was the character of Big Boa, who was the Cobra boxing trainer. And he came with boxing gloves. But at the last minute, Stallone decided to sell his likeness to Rambo and the Force of Freedom cartoon. So they had to redact him being a member of the Joe team.
Oh,
But Wolfie, if you could look at G.I. Joe Order of Battle, Rocky Balboa, he was going to be a member. It was around the era when the Refrigerator Perry became a member of the Joe team.
yeah.
I don't remember that.
Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I remember the Refrigerator Perry figure and the Sergeant Slaughter figure.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think. I was like, there was never a Rocky figure, but that makes sense if he took it back.
But I have that issue. I'm like, it might have been post Rocky 4.
Yeah.
But there is artwork.
And it's because in that mission, they really needed somebody who could jog up a huge flight of steps.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's so funny. Like I'm a big GI Joe mark, and I was rewatching Arise, Serpenta Arise, that era, and Sergeant Slaughter got a huge push
Mhm.
when he joined the team. Like he punched through a concrete wall at one point.
Yeah.
like Snake Eyes went out like a fucking jobber in G.I. Joe the movie, yet Sergeant Slaughter went toe to toe with fucking Serpentor.
Yeah.
Really?
And when they did the refrigerator figure, didn't
Yeah.
they give him a weapon that was like essentially like wasn't it like a cinder block on a chain or something like that? Yeah.
No, that was Road Pig. But no,
Yeah.
what Fridge had was he had like a staff with a
Yeah.
football on it
Oh right.
that he
Road
would
Pig?
wield.
Road Pig?
Mm-hmm.
That was he was a dreadnought. I didn't
Yeah.
write it, bro.
Is he like the illegitimate brother of Roadhog, or
Yeah, no, well,
Yeah.
they never made a series fucking 10. There was Naugahyde. He was the poacher dreadnought. I fucking
Yeah.
love the dreadnoughts.
He had the hat with the pinned up one side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
boy. He had
Mhm.
he came with a warthog,
Yeah.
little toy. Fucking love G.I. Joe. Zanzibar.
Mm-hmm.
He had a pirate skiff and real hair. That was dope.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It says retraction. The character of Rocky Balboa, codename Rocky, was incorrectly included as a member of G.I. Joe in the G.I. Joe Order of Battle issue number 2 on page 10. Rocky is not and has never been a member of G.I. Joe. And I see the sort of like file thing that they had for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
codename Rocky, file name Rocky Balboa, primary military specialty, personal combat instructor. You said that, right?
Yeah.
How do you fucking
Yeah,
remember
boy.
this shit? Jesus Christ.
I'm 47 years old.
Secondary
Yeah.
military specialty, special services. Birthplace, where else? Philadelphia.
Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Grade E5, enlisted reserves. And then it's got some info here. How does a well-known boxing champion serve out his reserve time? He can take the easy route, be a showpiece for special services, giving exhibition bouts and racking up brownie points for officers with no combat ribbons and shiny trouser bottoms, or he can take a secret posting to train the G.I. Joe team in the finer points of the sweet science of pugilism. The assignment to the Joe team would be strictly under some... like there's a misprinting here, so I can't read the word.
Like confidentiality, like
Yeah. No special pay, no extra privileges, and no publicity. All he would get would be the satisfaction of doing something for his country. And then there's an excerpt of memo from Brigadier General Abernathy, codename Hawk.
Yep.
He's one of the best there is with his fists, and nobody can touch him with pugil sticks. But that's not the only reason I want him training the Joes. Anybody can teach technique. I want the Joes to see what it is to take a beating and come back fighting, to stand up and take everything the other guy's got to give and give back a full measure. That's worth more than a tip on how to perfect your right hook. Amazing. That's
1980s, dog.
that's good shit, pal.
Oh yeah, Clayton Abernathy, codename Hawk.
Yeah. Brigadier General to you.
They don't fucking tell me none. But I popped. I was like fucking like 10 years old. I'm like, Rocky's part of the Joes.
Did you see? And what did you say when you saw the retraction?
I was this
Did you
some
cry?
bullshit.
Did you cry?
No, I think I'm
It's
like,
okay
you know,
if
it
you
makes
did.
sense.
It's okay if you cried.
No, I cried when Robin died. Legit.
Even though you voted for it?
No, I voted to save him. I got my parents' permission, and I called the 900. I'm like, save Robin, save him.
Was it 1-900
Like,
Save
come
Robin?
on. And legit shoot. I'm gonna shoot right now. I don't give a fuck if Josh is from Rhode Island or not.
Uh-oh.
When I didn't get to the main comic shop, but I went to the Walden Book spinner rack. My mom was paying a bill at Cherry Webb back in the day.
Man,
It was like
remember going to fucking stores to pay bills? That was crazy. Huh?
Yeah, right? For real.
Right.
Or like buy concert tickets. That was fucking
Yeah.
weird.
Yep.
Mhm.
Go to the service.
But yeah, I
counter.
went to I went to the spinner rack, and the cover was a Mike Mignola artwork where Robin looks like he gets fucking stomped like by fucking like he was in fucking what's that Nazi movie Part 2 with Ed Norton?
The Nazi movie Part 2?
Part
What's the
two.
curve stop
American,
Oh, American History
Oh,
X.
yeah, American
movie?
History. Part 2?
So like Jason Todd's fucked up, bro, and I'm flipping through it, and I'm like, he's dead. And I go to Cherry and Webb. Mom's in line. I'm like fucking on the verge. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the verge, not wearing sunglasses, and I'm like, he's dead. He's like, who? I'm like, Robin. She's like, how fucking old are you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm 26, Ma. No, I was 11.
Oh, man.
And did she buy you the issue right there?
Nah, I subscribed to it, but she brought me on Saturday.
Okay. All right.
She let me go out and get my books.
But you were upset because the secret had already been revealed.
Yeah. But I tried to save a boy wonder, yo.
Oh, God. It's ridiculous.
It's a weird episode, huh?
Yeah, it is.
It's gonna get weirder as the
Yeah,
we
boy.
continue.
Is there anyone else who's been a member of G.I. Joe for a matter of days or weeks?
MZ.
MZ,
Yeah.
yeah, you remember?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yep. All I had to do was kick my legs like a scissor, and I got in.
Oh, shit.
He was that last-minute replacement for Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit, we can't get Rocky. Who can we get?
Me.
Now cup your hands downward and move them in a figure 8 motion.
Yeah, Montezeros are the Joe Coy of fucking the G.I. Joe team.
Oh, he could have got. Well, they could have gotten William Refrigerator Perry.
Yeah. Was that
Pork chops,
after they
sandwich.
beat? Was that after they beat the Patriots? The Bears beat the Patriots in
It
1985.
had to have been.
Yeah.
It had
Yeah.
to have been.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
he was because that guy was like a juggernaut. I mean,
Yeah.
and he ran around with like a number 72 on his chest or something like that. I think.
Yeah, I think
That was on
it's
his
right.
figure.
Yeah, I think it was 72.
Yeah.
He was
I
a
remember
mail-away.
correctly. Yeah, I was going to say that was a mail-away figure, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Holy shit! Yeah, it's
It's funny.
his fucking
I had-
weapon is like a mace with a football on it. It's fucking unbelievable. You're right.
It's so fucked up. I had the flag, the Defiant, and the
Yeah.
Terradrome, but I didn't have the Refrigerator Perry. That's fucking weird.
No, you had the fucking USS flag,
Yeah.
but you didn't have
You were
fridge.
neglected, sir.
No, he's an only child.
I was an only child too, and I did have the Refrigerator Perry figure and none of those other things.
Oh well, maybe you could have traded the Refrigerator Perry for the USS flag.
Yeah.
Is that a fair trade, Raven Shadow?
Nah, my mom would negate that trade. She'd come in like fucking the Union.
Do you
She'd
still
say, Do you know
have?
how hard it was to carry that box into the house?
Yeah.
Do you still have it, Raven Shadow?
It was at my grandparents. My grandparents got it for me actually, and it was at their house. I'm hoping it's in the storage facility, but I'm not sure.
Because now you could use the money that would bring in.
Oh my god, bro! I would. Daddy get a fucking new driveway.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, because there's
put it this way, like the flag from the flag is worth like $200.
Yeah.
Like it's redonkulous.
Let me look it up on eBay. Let me go see.
It's
Yeah, I'm
actually
looking right now too.
Yeah.
All right, so
It's,
there's one selling for 2,000. Like it's listed right now. It hasn't sold, but it's $388 to ship.
Jim,
That might actually be a
that's
fucking
fair.
bargain. And does it ship built? Like, how do you ship that?
If there is a
So just so you know, the flag from the flag is worth $20. That's the most recent sold thing. I'm looking for a complete one sold.
There's one in a box, complete. It says unbroken. I assume all the pieces were like on like what are those plastic.
the pegs or the
Yeah, whatever those are. $6,000, brand new.
A lot.
Jesus.
How much is Admiral Keelhull going for? He's the figure that comes with it.
Oh.
See, I think I just scrolled past one of those.
I know what
Oh,
he
dear.
is.
Last one of those sold for $75.
For real?
Mm-hmm. I mean, even one that was like pretty complete, but it said it was not 100% complete, so it was selling it as like a parts lot. They posted it for $5,499 and took an offer on it. So I don't know what they
Wow.
actually got.
Yeah, I see. There's a Admiral Keelhaul offered for $425 or best offer with free shipping.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
There
not
was a-
not gonna say
there was
it's
a-
gonna sell, but
There was an Admiral Keelhaul still sealed in the bag with the little comic or card or whatnot.
Yeah.
That sold for $280.
wow. There you go, Raven Shadow.
I
Little
know.
nest egg. You put it away.
Mhm.
Fucking saving
All you have to
it.
do is stop smoking for say maybe 3 weeks, and you should be able to buy something like that.
Yeah, but I have it though.
Yeah, he wants to
He
sell
has
it.
it.
Yeah, I already have it.
Oh, okay, all right.
So
Yeah,
what are the other things that you have stored away?
I have the Terradrome, the Defiant.
Okay, let's see how rich Raven Shadow is. Right?
Are they in good shape?
Some I don't want to talk about it because there was a float at my parents' house, but I got all my figures.
Yeah, going to sold listings.
Yeah, Terradrome with the fire bat. Welcome to the Terradrome.
All right, I just realized we've been talking like way longer than I thought we have been. So
yeah, no sold listings on the whole thing, but people asking thousands on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, gosh, we're gonna connect, bro. We're gonna fucking, we're gonna make some money, man. GI Discogs.
All right, so
we'll talk. We'll talk. I can be the one selling it all. We'll let it.
Yeah, you be the face of the franchise.
Yeah.
I'll be like the
supplier.
Yeah, you'll be Cobra Commander. I'll be Destro.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
And MZ will be like a fucking foot soldier and get a 5% discount on some Criterions.
Yeah. He's the one. We need a bag boy to bag the orders when people pay.
Bag boy.
Bag boy.
Admiral Bag Boy.
You're promoted. You're Admiral Bag Boy, bro.
Admiral Bag Boy. All right, let's wrap this up. So if you guys want to support, I had mentioned Patreon a little earlier, but if you guys want to help support, patreon.trickortreatradio.com. You can join for as little as $2 a month. We have some exclusive episodes we put up every month. For our January episode, it was an extension of our year-end list. So we do sort of an additional discussion about the year in film, 2023. We did our Dear God No awards for the worst movie we watched in 2023. And we also did our personal top 5 lists. So if you guys haven't checked it out, give that a look. And as I mentioned earlier, we will also be finding ways to get our Patreon supporters even more involved with a film advisory board or something along those lines. So give it a look.
The Fiend Advisory Board.
Fiend? Mm-hmm. But they're not advising a fiend.
Friend.
They're advising films.
Oh, I guess, but maybe film advisory. That's probably pretty good.
Maybe watch advisory board. WAB.
The WAB.
The WAB.
The WAB.
The WAB. And whatever we call it, I don't know. But yeah, give it a look. Patreon.trickortreatradio.com. You can join for as little as $2 a month. All right. Other ways you can support, go to trickortreatradio.com, scroll down, look for the Amazon logo, click it. It's going to bring you to Amazon. It's going to input our affiliate link. Everything you purchase in that session will get attributed to us. It doesn't cost them any extra, Michael Raven Shadow.
But it's another way to help keep the lights on.
That's right. So you can help keep the lights on. And finally, you can also on trickortreatradio.com, you can click on store, and there you can go ahead and check out the greatest hits of Trick or Treat Radio volumes 1 through 3. It's a little sampler of the early years. So if you want to check those out, you can do so. We have almost 600 episodes coming up on 600 in 2 weeks. So a lot of bullshit, a lot of stuff that we talk about. We don't expect everyone to go back and listen to everyone. But if you want to hear some of the early years, you can check out those greatest hits. All right, Michael Raven Shadow, you sit down and watch Saltburn. What do you do to prepare for this fucking movie?
Oh, I know Josh is coming on, so I swing by fucking Federal Hill because I know he's a good Rhode Island brother. You know, I partake in some coffee milk. I get some fucking Buddy's fancy pasta.
Coffee milk.
Coffee milk.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, coffee milk. I think about Club Babyhead and the Safari Lounge and the living room and so many great rock and roll clubs that no longer exist. But with that smile and a wink, I get depressed because I realize I had the fucking USS Flag, I had the Defiant, I had the fucking Terradrome. I had all this fucking shit, dog. Not sure where it is. But I still strapped on.
That was a weird one.
We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, a bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
He's right. We wax philosophic about lots of geeky crap like old video games and movies, toys, cartoons. I don't know, help me out here.
Music, pants,
quoting video games that don't have dialogues.
Shabibans.
Tasty news.
Unnecessarily long Japanese onomatopoeia.
Butt breathers. Uncomfortable nature facts.
Or how to install a thermoflange.
And unlike all those other podcasts, we at Retro Octopus have an exciting rotating host schedule.
Do we? We sure do.
So, if you didn't like the guy flapping his gums this week,
like me,
worry not, gentle listener. Next week, we'll have a whole new host.
Of problems.
Hey, they might still suck, but they'll suck differently.
And you know what's really cool? Retro Octopus is part of the Inebriard Podcast Network, with new episodes out every Tentacle Tuesday.
Which is like every other Tuesday. We named it.
Anyways, you can listen to us at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify,
Thank you
Stitcher,
guys for having me on. It's a blast. You guys are awesome.
Thank you so much.
And, you know, Trick or Treat Radio, man. That's where it's at. That's the new Fangoria Radio is Trick or Treat Radio.
Don't say that.
It's like, you really put us under.
It's like swearing in church. I
You
don't know.
just jinxed us.
Yeah. you put a lot on our shoulders just now.
Well, we can strive for greatness.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah,
you really
just
are. You
say
got a
that again
great show.
slowly.
You go through your week with the same old routine.
What you really want is some blood and thunder in your life.
Well, friend, you found it.
The Cromcast is an adventurous journey through the history of two-fisted pulp stories.
With your hosts, John,
Josh,
and Luke.
We have action,
horror,
and adventure, all through the lens of pulp luminary Robert E. Howard.
Don't just stay in your ordinary life.
Find your pulp life at thecromcast.blogspot.com.
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
A podcast for the barbarian at heart.
Hey, you matzo heads. This is Larry Fine, and you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
And we are back on Trick or Treat Radio. And we're going to talk about a movie. And that movie is Saltburn. This film from 2023 is rated R. It is 131 minutes. And it is written and directed by Emerald Fennell. And the film stars Barry Keoghan, Jacob Elordi, Rosamund Pike, Richard E. Grant, Sadie Silverall, Archie, I'm not sure how to say Archie's last name, Madickway, something like that, and Ewan Mitchell, let's see who else, and Paul Rees as the creepy butler Duncan.
Oh shit!
That guy was fucking awesome.
What's he Duncan?
What's he Duncan?
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. He's played. Actually, never mind. He's played some interesting characters. Vlad the Impaler. I think he's played Van Gogh. I think he's played Chaplin. Definitely played some interesting characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, over his career. Was there someone? I thought there was one other. Yeah, I don't see the listing for one of the main leads. What was her name? Venetia. Yeah, played by Allison Oliver.
Yeah.
It's weird that she's listed on maybe they did it by order in which they appeared, and it also has Carey Mulligan, who was the promising young woman in Promising Young Woman. Did you recognize her, Raven Shadow?
Now, okay.
Yeah, she played the poor
Sister.
dear. No, not the sister. She was just a friend. Poor dear Pamela.
Oh, the redhead?
Yeah.
That how she's listed? Poor dear
Yeah,
Pamela.
yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
It's hilarious.
Oh, always makes it about her.
All right. And the synopsis for this picture is: a student at Oxford University finds himself drawn into the world of a charming and aristocratic classmate who invites him to his eccentric family's sprawling estate for a summer never to be forgotten. And this is listed as a comedy drama thriller.
Comedy?
Yeah. It's a dark comedy for sure.
Yeah, there was some laughs in there.
Yeah, it's definitely a dark comedy.
Was Will Ferrell in it?
No, all of it. You didn't see him?
I mean, when Ric Flair showed up for the bachelor party, that was
He
awesome.
played the henchman.
He played Felix.
Oh, he played the titular Saltburn.
Yes.
Instead of Salt Bay, he was Saltburn. All right, so yeah, let's dive in and start talking about some Saltburn here. So, as mentioned, this is written and directed by Emerald Fennell. I mispronounced her name in the past. I would call her Fennel, like the spice or the herb, I guess. But it's Fennell. And so previous to this, oh, you know what's funny? I didn't even recognize she was in Barbie. She was actually an actress in Barbie.
Yeah, she was one of the midges.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's hilarious. And apparently she's in the Crown as well. I didn't realize she was had been in so many things as an actress, but yeah, she has a lot of listings. But her first directorial debut as a filmmaker was Promising Young Woman, which is ridiculous for that to be your debut. And prior to that, she did some TV series. She did 6 episodes of a show called Killing Eve. Have any of you guys seen that?
Oh, I think I had the first season.
It was on AMC.
Oh, AMC, yeah. I had the first season. It was a gift.
Did you ever watch it?
I'm gonna.
Some gift. Sandra Oh's in it, though.
Oh, we didn't know?
And so, yeah, this is her second film as a director. And definitely a very interesting choice to follow up on the success of Promising Young Woman, to do I don't even know how to properly describe this. It's got some elements of like a gothic tale, but it's also like kind of like an Eat the Rich story.
Right.
But it also has Barry Keoghan playing a character very similar to Killing of a Sacred Deer, his character in that. Not exactly, but there's some elements that are definitely similar. But
that's where he's from, right? Oh,
yeah, he played the creepy ass kid. Creepy as fuck.
Cause he's weird looking, man. Like
he's very European looking.
He's not even European though.
He's not
He's
European.
Irish.
He's American.
Well, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. He is European. I thought you said. I don't know why I thought you said British in my head. He's Irish, but technically he is European.
Yeah, I feel like in the face he looks like 10 or more years older than he is.
Right.
I agree. I'm looking at him. He looks like Jonathan Taylor Thomas with an allergic reaction.
What's he allergic to?
Who the hell knows?
Caterpillars. Or even like DJ Qualls, that little skinny kid from some of those comedies. Like facially he looks older than his age.
Yeah.
And like,
How old is he?
He was born in 92, so he is 32.
30. Yeah, he looks. He's got a very characteristic face.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a very. I don't want to. How do I put it? You know, his nose is kind of bulbous, and he's got very pronounced cheekbones and things like that. You know, so he's got very
piercing eyes too.
Look. He's got he's got a very pronounced look, and so. You know, I'm sure that when he gets older, he's going to look even worse. But
Jesus.
But no, it's not like a bad look. It's just a very fierce look. It's a very powerful look, and the dude's cut.
Yeah, you never know it. I mean, but as the film continues, he kind of loses that odd look about him. Compared to what he had at the beginning of the film.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's because of what he was wearing and the way he was, projecting himself and things like that. But you could see that facially he's changing a little bit as the film continues.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very subtle, but you could see it happening.
Yeah. And also just want to talk about some of the other people in this. Jacob Elordi played Felix and...
Oh, gee. Wow.
What? You a big fan?
He's a good-looking man.
Yeah, he's a good-looking man. He played Elvis in. I didn't realize there was 2 Elvis movies that came out in 2023. There was Elvis, and then there was Priscilla, and he played Elvis in the Priscilla movie. But he is apparently like 6'4", 6'5", big dude, and
fucking.
He's also playing. He's going to be playing. He just was recently cast as Frankenstein in Guillermo del Toro's retelling of Frankenstein.
Oh, legit? Because he has this whole fucking like David Prowse meets Tom Welling gimmick going on, with a little bit of Peter Steele's face.
That's very descriptive.
It's very Frankenstein-esque.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
my
David said in his head he has chopped all these people apart.
Wait, who'd you
That's
say
several of his
David
men.
Prowse meets who?
TV's Tom Welling, with a little bit of Peter Steele's like jaw.
That is.
You almost sound like Dr. Frankenstein yourself, the way you.
Yeah.
That's my ideal dude.
Freaking me out.
Is he going to play you in the Michael Ravenshadow movie?
I hope so. I mean, no one will believe it, but yeah, I hope so. Like, listen, I'm pretty sure I'm not gay, but goddamn,
You would go for Felix, huh?
this dude could have been fucking the new S if, aside from that new kid, this kid's got fucking CK all day written all over him, bro.
CK?
Yeah.
Like Calvin Klein?
Calvin Klein. Calvin Clone. Or young Rocky Balboa on the G.I. Joe team.
Yeah, if only he was on G.I. Joe.
Yeah. And I know Linus in Europe, it's called Action Force. I fucking know Linus, okay?
Oh, you know what's funny? We've actually seen a movie with Jacob Elordi. He was in the Mortuary Collection from 2019.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let me see. He played a character named Jake. I just don't remember.
Sounds memorable.
Yeah.
From Allstate?
Yeah. No, from State Farm, right?
Because I feel like we're all scratching our heads going, what movie was that?
So that had the little advent calendar gimmick, right? Didn't it?
No.
Oh.
That was the Advent calendar.
No. Treat.
Oh, shit. All right, so let's jump into this because I want to talk about this. And So Josh, I don't know if you've listened recently, but we now do sort of like a first impression. So we're going to dive in and talk about first impression of the film without giving away the verdict, So I'll just go ahead and jump in. And so I will say there is some very interesting things about this movie. We'll probably talk about a lot of them, if not, probably not all of them, but some of them. One being the aspect ratio, which, jumped out right away. And it's interesting. I thought the aspect ratio was going to change as the movie kind of went on. I thought maybe when they got to Saltburn, maybe it would go, scope, go widescreen, but it stayed, which I thought was an interesting choice. And then after a while, I just didn't notice it. But Emerald Fennell had said that the reason she did that is she wanted it to seem like you were getting sort of like a peek into this life. It's like you're sort of peeping in on it. It's, as opposed to seeing this big sprawling, movie unfold before you. It's almost like you're sort of like a fly on the wall kind of thing. So apparently that was why she made the choice to use the 4.3, I guess, or 1. I always forget what was it 1.33 or is it 4.3?
Yeah, it's 1.33, which is the one that obviously most easily translates to like a TV screen, which is 4:3.
Yeah.
Well, the old TV screen. Another just interjection on the aspect ratio is that 1.33 was also for a long time referred to as Academy ratio because prior to scope, this was the aspect ratio that the Academy of Film Arts and Sciences like kind of denoted as the standard ratio for film.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty interesting. And so I know a pretty good amount about film being a foreign projectionist, but Josh has kept up with it where I haven't like projected a movie since like the early 2000s, like 2002 or 3 probably. So
yeah, right.
So Josh would probably know a lot more about this than I, but yeah, so I remember when I was doing it, it was flat or scope were the two aspect ratios that you had to, sort of prepare the lenses for. But yeah, it's always a little bit jarring to see a movie that's in 1.33, especially on TV when we have these widescreen TVs now. But there was something I actually liked about it in this. I'm a little bit picky about it. Like I liked it in The Lighthouse. I liked it in this. I thought it was a little weird in was it Justice League, the Snyder Cut or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, I don't want to talk about that. So this film it wears a lot of its influences on its sleeve in regard to like I'm not too familiar with the literary references in it. I've heard Emerald Fennell talk about some of the literary references, so I'm not super familiar with them, but it in a way was shot to look like a painting. Like a lot of the stills, you could just take a still and it looks like a painting. So that was actually supposedly a conscious decision to do that, and then also to have, to reference a lot of literary standards to give it sort of a familiar feel to it. So I thought that stuff was pretty interesting. I thought the characters were really well defined, and I thought that there was a lot of good character work done in this, and I really liked Oliver and Felix. Like,
yeah,
it was a like, oh, are they not, like, kind of like, are they have the hots for each other? Are they just friends? And I thought they did a good job of that without making it sort of almost, like to the point where it was too too obvious, you know. Like I like that they kind of kept it in that in the way that they did, and
Ambiguous.
Yeah, ambiguous. That's a good word for it. And so yeah, I liked. I thought Barry Keoghan was fucking awesome in this. I really am starting to like him in a lot of stuff. And Jacob Elordi, I didn't remember him being in the Mortuary Collection, but I thought he was really good. Rosamund Pike was fucking awesome. Richard E. Grant, like just a lot of really good performances all the way through for me. This was definitely a film, a challenging film at times, but I think also was one that has a lot of depth to it. I don't know. I'm trying to say more without giving too much away. So I'll kind of stop there. But I think that the performances and the direction and the look of the film were fucking top notch. Really well done. I have
beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a feeling the content, you know, we'll get into that as we go. But how about you, Josh? What was kind of your first impression of, you know, whether you had expectations and sort of if they were met and all that?
Well, so I'll say that I agree with some of the things you were saying about the overall look of the film. And I'll also add in on the aspect ratio part is that it kind of harkens back to a lot of films that we consider the classic period of film. You know, films of the 30s and 40s.
Yep.
If you go back to the Universal monster films, or you know, Casablanca, or something of those nature, all of those films were shot in 1:3:3. So it kind of, even kind of like, you know, in your mind, it kind of connects this to you know, a more classic film.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I thought obviously like the art direction, the lighting, the photography is all fantastic. I'm in the same boat as you as far as the literary references, where there was a couple things where I get, but like there's probably a lot that I'm not seeing or getting. Ultimately, though, my impression was that it is kind of a mashup of two different film tropes in a way. There is the rich people that take in somebody outside of their social circle that is either, you know, as like a laugh or a plaything, you know, like that kind of story trope. And then there is kind of the lesser known, but the story trope, the trope of a charismatic individual who inserts themselves into a group and like completely throws off the dynamic of the film. I mean, of the group. Something like Pasolini's Teorama or Takashi Miike's Visitor Q. I mean, not exactly the same as those, but very much a similar idea. In that, like, there is a person that is not a member of the family or the circle that comes in and completely changes the dynamic of the people in the group, for better or worse. You know what I mean? So that was kind of my main takeaway while watching it. Was I was like, okay, it's kind of these two story types kind of jammed together. And I do agree that the actors are all really good, but I didn't have specific expectations for the film because I didn't really know the story going in. But I feel like I may have had more higher expectations for the film just based off of the director and her last feature.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. How about you, MZ? First impressions of Saltburn.
Yeah. I wasn't even. I didn't even know about the ratio. I didn't even notice it. I'll be honest with you. I never even noticed it.
That's actually kind of a good thing because it didn't take away from it, you know?
Right. I agree because it didn't give me any of that jarring, you know, when you do that, when you do a different aspect ratio during the film, you know, it's kind of it would throw you off and it would piss you off actually. So I'm glad I didn't notice it. I'm gonna have to take a look at it again just to notice it. And, Keegan is incredible, you know, and if this doesn't land him an Oscar nomination, I'll be very surprised because he was just that good, and he's getting to be better and better and better, and I'm starting to be interested in everything he does now. What Arkham was saying about the two stories, I agree with that. You know, especially the second one, when you mentioned the second one, I was like, yeah, absolutely. And it's not completely original. It got me to the point where I was like, because of that, and I've seen this kind of thing before, I felt that the film was starting to become a little bit predictable, no matter how original the film may seem in terms of character, in terms of character development, and maybe a little bit of the story, you know, maybe a little bit of the story, and the idea of not so much really class warfare, but it was like Josh said, you know, about how the rich versus, you know, and taking somebody outside of their social circle. So it's not really it's not really like a class warfare sort of thing, but I just felt that I've seen this kind of thing before. And once you know, if you've seen this kind of movie before, you kind of know the path it's going to lead down to, you know, and so therefore the surprise is kind of shot. And that's how I felt. But the journey to get there is very interesting. You know, the characters are really colorful and dynamic. They have lots of interesting dialogue. They play well with each other, or against each other, I should say. They work well against each other.
And with each other in some scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And the way it looks, the film is just shot beautifully. You know, it's like a postcard, like you said. You know, it's shot on a real location. I mean, where they shot this thing is just incredible. You know, and but like I said, I just feel like if you've seen this kind of movie before, and there are movies like this out there that, like, you know, you've seen, you're gonna know what you're gonna get at the end. You know, but how far they push some of these issues, because this movie does push a lot of boundaries and jumps and not just tiptoes over them, fucking hurdles over them. So I applaud Fennell for that. But yeah, that's my take on it right now, and yeah, we'll discuss more.
All right, Raven Shadow.
So first of all, I do want to preface and say, if you have any interest in seeing this film, pause this episode and watch it, and then come back. I think we'll do our best to navigate spoilers, but just if you have an interest, please watch now. With that said, I didn't know anything about this movie aside from it's what we're doing. And it wasn't until a couple days ago I watched some of the Golden Globes fucking fallout where it was referenced, where like, oh, maybe this is larger than I knew. But going into it, okay, I can totally see the class structure being a thing. It reminded me of an old 80s movie, I think called Class, maybe with Jacqueline Bisset. I'm not sure. But we've seen these before.
Yep.
Is that right? Like, even the pizza delivery girl movie, going to the house that was doing the fucking satanic orgy, whatever the fuck. Like, it's always a outsider coming into decadence. And maybe I've been watching too many fucking Cat Williams clips from his Shay Shay interview about the rich and the upper class lately, but I wonder, where is this going to go? And the character of Oliver, which maybe I'm biased to name-wise, I found him very interesting and sad at the same time, right? Like, and then his friend Felix, who obviously is a fucking golden god, right? Like, he is the fucking perfect dude. And you could be down with a dude. It's not always sexual, I guess, until it becomes it. But the way this outsider is brought into this decadent family, and they are decadent, and you wonder, where's the story going to go? 'Cause you're 20 minutes in, and then you get to the Saltburn, right? The location. And that's when the movie kind of picks up. So I'm like, you know what? Started watching this with Marion, and I'm kind of intrigued.
All right. So let's I thought this was interesting. I read a quote from Emerald Fennell, and she says in writing the film, she wanted to sympathize with unlikable people, and she said, the sorts of people that we can't stand, the sorts of people who are abhorrent. If we can love them, if we can fall in love with these people, if we can understand why this is so alluring, in spite of its palpable cruelty and unfairness and sort of strangeness, if we all want to be there too, I think that's just such an interesting dynamic.
So I'm so glad you said that, Wolfie, because I wanted to hang out with them.
Yeah, like, I mean, even there was like they were vapid and like very
sure.
Like, even the mom played by Rosamund Pike, I thought was like a perfect embodiment of this, because what did she say? Like, I got to get the line. There's one line that fucking killed me. Let me see. When she said she was a lesbian.
Oh, yeah. She tried being a lesbian for a while or something like that.
Yeah, here it is. I found it. I was a lesbian for a while, but it was all a bit too wet for me in the end. Men are so lovely and dry. Like, and then when she said, she had, what did she say about like ugly people? That quote too, I just thought was fucking hilarious. Like,
well, there was she hated the facial hair, but then she also like fucked around with Oasis.
Oh, yeah. She says, Oliver, I have a complete and utter horror of ugliness. Ever since I was a child, I don't know why. Yeah. And then Felix says, maybe because you're a terrible person.
Well, according to Felix, she doesn't like facial hair. So
right. Yeah.
Facial hair skeeves her out, apparently.
Yeah. But
they had... okay.
No, you go.
There's a lot of pop culture stuff, like when the family or the what constitutes as their family, like they definitely watched The Ring together.
Yeah. Super bad.
Yeah. Super bad, yeah.
Oh, super bad, yep. And did karaoke, like, and you wonder, like, well, where's this gonna fucking take a turn, right? Is it the family gonna become all Draculas and fucking attack the fucking newbie? Who's the threat? You never fucking know. You know what I mean? And this game of cat and mouse, and especially how, like, the blonde was really into Oliver from the get-go.
I figured you'd love her the most because of all the smoking she did.
Some great smoking.
Yeah, was she give her a rating? How was her smoking, Raven Shadow?
Oh, she's a sister rating out of 10. I would totally take my drawers off in the woods, just saying, in the fucking field.
Would you have done what Oliver did?
You know what? I probably wouldn't have because I'd be worried about ticks.
Oh, actually, I was referring to the one under the moonlight when.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yes.
No, I meant
that scene had a great line. That scene had a great line. I loved it so much. I know we're jumping ahead.
Yeah, was it when he said what he was? Like
yeah,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a vampire.
Oh. Yo,
which planted
got
a seed.
Game, dog.
Which planted a seed. Like, I thought that was interesting that he said that, because that planted a seed of like, well, is he telling the truth?
Let me in. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful line.
My man's got some badges, son.
So, just to continue, Emerald Fennell also said she had long wanted to make her own version of films and books set in a country house, and set the film in 2006 to really knock the fucking glamour off things by setting it in the recent past. So having it be 2007 was, interesting, because 2007 was a very, I don't know, like it's not like a identifiable, like you think of like, oh, 2007, like what happened then? Like you think back in the 80s.
The World Series second time.
You think back like the 80s, you can picture what that looks like. The 90s, you can picture what that looks like. But like 2007, to me, it's kind of like, I don't really, it's hard for me to picture what that's like. But with the music and everything, I feel like they really knocked it out of the park in regard to setting it in that time frame. So, yeah, I mean, we don't know what it's like to go to a fucking Ivy League school. I don't think any of us have been to Oxford or anything like that. But I think they did a really good job of showing sort of you guys had mentioned sort of the class, just the sort of differences in the class. Like we have Oliver, who is, from more modest means, I guess you could say, and Felix and his crew, clearly like money isn't an issue for them. They have lots of friends, and they don't have to really worry about anything. And whereas like on the other side, like Oliver is just like he has like one friend, right, and barely a friend. Like he's not really even interested in the conversations that he has with that friend.
But it's not even that. It's that, and that's the thing. Like I can relate to certain things of being, not whatever the fuck. But you, and that one dude tried to gravitate to him because he thought he was like him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're a fuck up like me, or we're the unfriendables, or whatever you want to call it.
That's the Uncrustables and the Unfriendables.
Right, because look, there's nothing worse than sitting at a lunch table by yourself, right?
Right.
That was a big fear that I had in high school, especially watching just one of the guys. Dude picks the fucking table up and knocks the lunches on people, remember? But I don't think that Oliver liked this cat. This cat just fucking started talking to Oliver. Now, Oliver did big time him. There is the big time scene.
Oh, you're talking about his buddy, yeah, before he gets connected with Felix.
Yeah. He definitely, looked back and then looked forward.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
yeah, he was just kind of like,
douche, though.
See you, dude. A little bit, yeah. Yeah.
He was like,
well, that's because he's being befriended by somebody who is obviously not like him or his friend. I mean, like we were talking about earlier, we're talking about how Oliver is this, rather timid figure, with a very with a look about him that doesn't really say, party animal, or somebody that looks like he could be enjoying life. Having somebody like Felix, you know, because he looks the way he does, because he's got, you know, he's got a bunch of friends that are basically equal to him in terms of looks and in terms of popularity. He gravitates towards that. You know, I think we all did it at a young age, you know, and
Yeah,
so
I mean-
it's understandable why he would turn his back on his friend. I mean, it's been done countless times. So the whole thing is understandable from Oliver's point of view. You know, he just totally gravitated towards it.
Yeah, and I just want to call out his buddy in the first like 20 minutes or whatever. I'm going to look up the actor's name. I forget his name, but he was in holy shit, I just drew a blank. I was trying to think of his name. Ewan Mitchell. Yeah, okay, so he was in The Last Kingdom. He played, that was I don't know, probably one of my favorite shows the last few years. He played a character named Osferth. So when I saw him, I was like, holy shit, it's Osferth. I don't think I've seen him in anything else. So it was kind of funny seeing him in like actual, like not medieval type clothes, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but yeah, so I'm there's not a lot of stuff we need to really cover prior, like when they're at Oxford. And one other thing I read that I thought was interesting is that Emerald Fennell actually went to Oxford. So that's sort of, in a way, you know, something that like biographical, I guess, autobiographical about her going there. But yeah, then we go to Saltburn, and so Oliver tells Felix that his father passed away, and like, you know, he's sort of you know, not only did he help Felix by giving him his bike earlier so Felix could get to class.
It's how they met, right? Like they basically, he's been watching from afar, but while Oliver was driving to wherever he was going,
yeah,
he was in a position to help Felix get to his class, I think it was.
Yeah.
So he was able to help him get there, which then got him
he
under
gave him his bike.
good graces.
Yeah, and then from there it just sort of like, you know, friendship kind of grew, and they started to get a little closer, and you know, that's when sort of Oliver was telling Felix about, you know, his dad passing away and all that stuff. And you know, he was kind of like, well, you know, and then and Oliver was like, I don't want to go back home. Like he just didn't want to go back home, you know, because his mother is an alcoholic, and he described like what he'd have to do to like pull her tongue out from, you know, from her mouth or whatever, like, or stick his fingers down her throat. I mean, and so it just sounded like generally a very sort of odd situation that wouldn't be very fun. So he invites him to stay the summer at Saltburn with him, and that's Saltburn's the name of the estate where they live. So he invites him there and basically tells him the rules, like you said, no facial hair, and you have to dress. What was it like for dinner? It was like a dress code for dinner, but other than that, like just hang out and fucking have fun and drink and party and whatever.
And I love the walk away shots of when Felix is showing Oliver the place.
Oh, I love
this
that.
is-
Yeah.
You know,
Great scene. Well done. Very well done.
A little foreshadowing too.
oh, for sure. But totally like from the opening of Goodfellas, I love that walking shot. You know, this is this room, this is that room. We'll share a bathroom unless you want to walk down the hallway, you know. And you get a sense of the space of the Wayne Manor, if you will. You know?
Yeah. And it's a fucking massive place, like immense. It's like a castle, basically, you know. And it's like the grounds are huge. They have a hedge maze. It's ridiculous. So yeah, and then now we're at Saltburn, and there, that's when, like we start to get a little bit of a feel that Oliver is, he's a little weird, right? Like there's that scene. I think for me, the moment is when the tub moment.
Oh my lord!
Yeah.
Woo boy. That was uncomfortable.
A skosh.
So Felix, I mean, this is, I don't, it's not spoiler stuff. We're not getting to the point where spoilers are really in question, but Felix was, he was masturbating in the tub. He heard him, like, because they share a bathroom.
Yep.
And then afterwards, when the tub is like drained, he goes in and like it's just draining. It's like finishing draining. And he climbs in and puts his face up against the drain and like starts like sucking the water.
Yeah. He's
licking
the
it.
drain.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
oh god.
Yeah, it's a really, I mean,
it's gross.
It's really an interesting scene because I mean you can feel early on that there's a sexual tension of Oliver to Felix. That it's there, and then they kind of really jump into that without any real buildup. I mean, you could sense that there's the tension is there, but then it kind of just jumps over that hurdle and he goes right to that tub, to the drain. And it's really a jarring scene because it's like, I mean, because you don't know how far this movie is going to push its limits.
Right.
And for it to push its limits that fast, that took me by surprise, It's a good scene, and it shows you where Oliver sits in this film at this point, and how his feelings are. But I wasn't expecting that.
I've done a lot of things fucked up. Never once have I licked a fucking drain.
Well, no,
not yet.
People are too busy pissing in it. Why would you want to?
They're corny.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, I wouldn't go near that fucking drain.
Yeah,
I assure you, I'm not licking my fucking bathtub. I've had guests, apparently.
And so I guess some of the influences here, Fennell has said that cited Clockwork Orange.
Yep.
Cruel Intentions.
Yep.
And Rebecca from 1938. And let's see here. And of course, I've never read the book, but I'm familiar with the movie, Talented Mr. Ripley. That was sort of like something that was an influence. The book.
Maybe 6 Degrees of Separation, a little bit.
Maybe. But Clockwork Orange is an interesting one. I actually didn't think about that while watching the film, but I can see that. Like, not directly, there's nothing specific that I can say, oh, well, she took that from Clockwork or whatever, but I can definitely see that now that I see that was an influence for her.
I could see it inspired, but yeah, she didn't ape anything from Clockwork.
No. Yeah, just sort of like inspired by,
I'd say it's more in tone and style.
Yeah, that's probably a good way of putting it, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So that starts a kind of spiral where we start to see Oliver doing some more interesting things that really question his character or who you're just kind of like, what is this dude's fucking motive? Like, what is he up to? What is he doing? And like, he played the game so well. Like, I feel like, especially with the mom, like he really like ingratiated himself to the mom. And there's some of those scenes I thought were just fucking awesome. Like, he just did such a good job in some of those scenes with the mom. And yeah, just, it's such a, it starts to go down a darker path there. So I don't know if we want to. Is there anything else, Josh? Were you going to say something?
No, not really. But
Okay.
I would say, because you mentioned Cruel Intentions, and
Yeah.
that is kind of a perfect example of that first film trope that I was talking about, of kind of like the rich people bringing in somebody from outside their social circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So
Yeah.
after the tub scene, then we have the scene with Venetia, where this is Felix's sister, and it seems like it's kind of her thing where, like, any of the new people who are brought into the house, like, Felix's friends or whatever, like, she kind of like has a thing for them, like almost like it's just a thing that she does. Like, she kind of pines after the whatever friends are brought into the house. And I read something about, let me just see if I can find it again. So the actress who played Venetia, apparently with her, with her hair, apparently she bleached the fuck out of her hair on purpose. Yeah, it says Venetia's hair was intentionally damaged by bleach, as the filmmakers thought it would be more accurate for a socialite of this period. And I guess the head of the hair and makeup team offered actress Alison Oliver a wig, but she was willing to sacrifice her hair's health for the character. Margot Robbie, who was a producer for the film, visited the set after Barbie wrapped, and Miller said Robbie was impressed by the damage on Venetia's hair. I could hear her saying, "Look at those brittle ends; they're perfect." What's that, Raven Shadow? You look like you're about to say something.
No, I was like, fuck that. I ain't suffering from my aunt that much.
Oh, MZ would.
Yeah, well.
I mean, dude fucking had a mustache for the video, for the fucking game show that we did.
Gotta put it out there, man. I mean,
yeah.
If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna do it, go all the way.
I'm not the kind. I would have a stuntman. I would have a choreographer. I would just show, be like, Bambaleo.
Raven Shadow would show up and be like, bleach my stunt hair.
Yeah. Be like, fucking Fred, come here. Bleach this guy's hair.
Also, Midsummer Night's Dream was an influence, especially the Oliver's Party, where
for sure.
Yeah. I want to talk about that scene too.
Fucking antlers.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
Going back to the mom,
Elsbeth.
I think what was going on, huh?
Elsbeth.
Yes. Let me. This is my theory on what's going on here. I think at this point, because he says something to her that was very daring, and something that, yeah, okay, let's see what happens, but it's like, I think at this point he's realizing the kind of people that he's surrounding himself with. They're very open. They say whatever they want. They pretty much do whatever they want, and with no boundaries and no repercussions. And I think he's hitting that point where at this point he's starting to feel like that as well. So he's just letting things fly and say whatever he wants, do whatever he wants. And that involves also, things that the family might or might not object to. So when he's saying to the mom, I'm not going to say verbatim, but it was something on the ideas of, "You're so fucking hot."
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Something like, and she just took it in stride.
Yeah.
It was like, I think that was the point where it was like he was taking a gamble at saying something like this, because what's the worst that could happen to him? He could get kicked out, sure.
Yeah, I think he was pushing boundaries to see how far he could go, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's and I think the mom was the catalyst for that.
Oh yeah, for sure. He was.
And
yeah,
definitely, because I mean, he just took that moment and just ran roughshod with it throughout the film.
Yeah, and so I'm looking actually the awards, and so Golden Globes. Actually, I don't know if it's Barry Keoghan or Barry Keoghan, but anyways, he was a nominee for Best Performance by a Male Actor in a Motion Picture Drama, and Rosamund Pike, who was the mother, was nominee for Best Performance by a Female Actor in a Supporting Role in any motion picture. I'm trying to see if it won any awards, though. It just like film festival awards, I guess. So nothing. I guess it it didn't win any Golden Globes, but it was nominated for a couple.
It's still pretty niche, though.
Niche?
He was testing the water in that scene. Yeah.
Sorry, Raven Show, did you say it's kind of niche-y?
Yeah, you're not like not like Frederick Nietzsche, but like like niche, like this is a weird picture, right? Like to get not that.
Well, it's a pretty big release. It's like, Prime, Amazon Prime, they're pushing it pretty hard. It was like #1 film on Prime.
It was in theaters for a couple
It was in theaters, yeah.
But it's got stones to it. I mean, this has got some. It's got smoking. People can't fucking handle that anymore. Smoking will give you a fucking X rating in a fucking movie nowadays.
Well, smoking's stupid, Raven Shadow.
Well, true, but fucking.
it causes coughing,
I hear that. But you could have like fucking Will Smith killing fucking 22 people with a fucking Uzi.
Or Chris Pratt, right, cool. MZ?
Say again?
Or Chris Pratt, right?
Yeah.
Lots of zeros. The Cat Williams of podcasting. He's pointing out everybody who's fucking up.
Oh man. So yeah, there's a couple. So this is the thing that's interesting about this film is it's very much like a. How do I say, like almost like a British sort of like drama, but it goes to places that none of those films have ever gone to before, right? Like these like kind of aristocratic sort of people, and but yeah, it goes places. There's that bathtub scene. There's the scene with Venetia and Oliver outside under the moonlight.
Yep.
There is
the bedroom scene.
Yes. Yep. The bedroom scene you're talking about with not Felix, but the other dude, right? Farley.
Yeah.
Farley, yeah. And then there's the grave scene.
Yes.
I can't believe no one has even brought that up yet.
Well, that's why I'm like really, this has gotten awards. Like you think American Pie was fucking nuts? Yeah.
Shit.
That was a fucking pastry, son. And that's not even the capper.
No,
that's
it's not.
It's
not. It's not even the capper.
It's not even the capper.
Holy shit! Yeah, I
think it might be.
I kind of don't even want to say any more about that scene though, because like if you know it's coming, it's not going to be as shocking or as bizarre. But holy shit, yeah. And this takes some turns. Like there's some characters where their arcs end differently than I imagined them ending.
And there's some like, oh shit. No, you didn't. You know what I mean?
Fuck? You don't talk like that in real life. Why would you?
No, but I'm saying it's like, oh, you know what I mean?
But was it like a?
Well, it's like it's like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You sure it wasn't like what?
Creepy Girl says, you know what I thought was weird was when you see the ending and you know what was going on, but yet there's things he did in private that goes against that. Like he did feel something at one point. Yeah, I don't want to say too much about that, but I think, I mean, it's interesting because we talked about sociopaths. Was it last week, or was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't Dream Scenario. What was the film we did? Oh, it was Birth Rebirth. We talked about the main character, the doctor, being like a sociopath, and clear, like she had no concern for human life, or like she just didn't care about things. It was just kind of a means to an end to get what she wanted.
Right.
And in this, I feel different though. Like I feel like whatever happens, it's like, I don't know if I would call Oliver, like I would say that he's like a sociopath or anything like that, you know, like he does some fucked up things for sure, but I feel like it's about pushing the envelope and seeing how far he can take things. And good.
And I don't think there are any straight up good, I'm saying good guys, but good people in this movie.
Right.
I think there are I think everybody in this movie is broken and flawed in their own way, right, wrong, or indifferent. And he comes to this location, and there's obviously some fucked up shit going on, even down to when you clearly state, I want to have this for my eggs, and they give you the exact opposite.
Oh, yeah, the runny eggs, yeah.
You know, and there's, you know, Game of Thrones level of like machinations with all the people in the house and shit like that. And everyone's flawed, everyone's broken. Now, if you come into that, does that enhance something? Does it make prey into a predator? I don't know.
Yeah.
Does it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think so. And there was some interesting dynamics too between the characters. Like when, in hindsight, thinking back about Oliver and Farley, it was sort of interesting how their characters kind of paralleled in some ways, and then they're completely different, you know? And yeah, it's so difficult to talk about this without like saying too much, because I want it to be one of those things where if you haven't seen it, I want you to go in cold and be able to experience it without, you know, like knowing what's going to happen or whatever, because there is some shocking things that happen in this for sure. And it's a gorgeous fucking film. Like some of the, like legit, you could take a screenshot of some of the scenes and they would look like paintings. Yep. And there is some truly deplorable people in this, you know, but it's almost like, even though they're deplorable and we're going into this world that we would never be in, it's almost like you can find some sympathy for them, and like, oh, well, they're just, yes, they don't have to worry about money ever, and they have like a fucking butler who does everything for them. They never have to cook or clean or do anything. Like that's what I thought was funny. It was like, oh, the maids will get it. Like he breaks a fucking mirror and the next day it's like fixed before he even wakes up, you know, like, right. Like it's just like, you just have no worries about normal mundane things like that. But in a sense, it just shows that humans are still human and they have human problems, and they think about love and relationships and, you know, and whatever, you know, despite, you know, them being potentially horrible people or not caring about people's feelings, or, you know, just having a different way of viewing the world, you know? So I do think it's an interesting look. When I sort of found out a little bit about the movie, I was wondering if I'd feel any sympathy for any characters. But in a way, you kind of do, right?
Yeah.
And it's interesting the way things kind of shift. Like you have sympathy for characters you might not think you have sympathy for, or initially, So I thought that was a really interesting subversion of that idea. It's a movie that I probably would want to see again, just to, now that I've seen it in totality, I can go back and, be like, oh, okay, well now I know what happens, so I can watch this with different eyes and, and kind of go from there. But yeah, it's a hell of a movie, whether you like it or not. Like, you're not going to forget this movie, I'll tell you that much.
No.
You'll remember many different scenes. Like, there's the tub scene, there's the blood scene, we'll just call it.
The moonlight.
And the funeral scene.
Karaoke.
And the hedge maze.
Lunch.
What lunch? Which one?
Final lunch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one with? Oh, okay. All right. I had to think for a second.
When things get cold.
Yeah. And it's another interesting thing about it is, like, British people have this sort of stereotype of having like a stiff upper lip, of, oh, well, things don't bother us, or, we're not supposed to show emotion. It's kind of how, like toxic masculinity sort of became a thing, but it's part of their culture. It's not like necessarily toxic like it can be in our country, but I feel like a lot of it is you just kind of like bury your feelings down. And that scene where they were burying their feelings down was really, I was like, whoa.
Dig it down deep.
Yeah. And
close those blinds.
And Oliver was, and Oliver was just playing right into it. It was like, oh man, like it's crazy. Like, and I fucking love that butler.
Yeah. He was a heel, but yet not.
I know, right?
This movie's fucked, dude.
I feel like I don't know, like I feel like a lot of people don't have a lot to say. Maybe it's because it would be giving away the verdict.
Well, that's the thing.
I'd say I'm in a little bit of giving away the verdict, or I don't want to say specific things to give away aspects of the film.
Yeah, it is a little difficult to discuss because of that reason.
Yeah.
I think that but I mean, there's some great visuals just to kind of like talk about that party scene at the end. I loved when Barry had the antlers, not Barry, Oliver. Is mentioning the actor's name. When Oliver had the antlers on, and then Felix had the like the angel wings.
Angel wings.
Yeah. There's some really great visuals with that, and that scene with Farley and Oliver for the karaoke scene.
Oh,
that
my
was
gosh.
kind of awkward and fucked up, huh?
Oh,
but even like visually, like that lunch that Raven Shadow brought up.
Yeah.
Once they close the drapes, that becomes a very interesting like, visual scene.
Yeah,
the
totally.
Wine.
Yeah.
The disconnection between the parents and the children, like, comedy has nothing involved in this picture.
It does.
A minute.
It's dark comedy.
It's none more blacker.
Yeah.
Hey, I excuse me. I just want to. I just got some bad news.
What?
I know.
Oh, I was gonna
Raven
wait.
Shadow-
I saw it, but I was gonna wait. But you can go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Raven Shadow wouldn't know who he is. Wolfie, I don't know if you know who he is. There's a good chance that Arkham Josh knows who he is.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I just got word that David Scull, author David Scull, got killed in a car crash
Oh, wow.
New Year's Day.
Oh.
Oh man.
Oh, that wasn't even who I thought. Okay, there's another coffin corner that I guess.
Now he's gonna pile more on.
Yeah. Thanks, Wolfie.
Well, I mean, you interrupted the fucking film discussion when I was gonna wait, but D Rook commented a little while ago. He said, "Greetings, my friend. Hope all are well. Speaking of the Italian invasion, this was like an hour ago when you guys were talking about Chiller, I think." He said, "I bring some unfortunate, sad news. Apparently, word on the street reports that Tisa Farrow from Lucio Fulci's Zombie has passed away."
Oh man.
No, not Tisa. Shit. Damn.
So I was gonna hold off on that, but since MZ brought, since he closed the drapes in this fucking in this discussion.
Last I knew, she was a nurse in New Hampshire, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, even New Hampshire and Vermont, I heard she was. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a shame. And yeah, oh wow, that's a shame. David Scull, I own a few of his books, and I always enjoyed his stuff. I mean, I just posted a picture of him.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait, it just happened because I saw you posted a picture, so I thought it was like you were referencing that in the picture, but no, you weren't.
No, I was referencing with the picture. I was referencing that I was listening to his rendition of Spurs.
Yeah.
Of Todd Robbins' Spurs, and I was like, which is the catalyst for Todd Browning's Freaks.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, oh man, he was 71. Oh man.
Yeah, that's too bad. So yeah, a little impromptu coffin corner there.
I mean, I even tagged him in my picture, and I'm like, I'm wondering why you never, give a like or whatever. And now I know why. Ah, damn it. Ah, well.
All right. Well,
back to the movie.
Yeah,
that was so bad. Raven Shadow.
Yeah,
he's crying.
He's crestfallen.
Yeah.
Couldn't contain himself.
Now he's better.
Okay.
Whew. We thought you were so overcome with emotion that you just had to walk away, Raven Shadow.
No, Ollie was running amok a little bit.
Telling you, man, fucking papoose. You can you can have him with you at all times. He'll love it. Fucking love it.
You're aware of Skull, right, Josh?
Yeah, I haven't read a lot of his stuff, but I'm moderately familiar.
Yeah. He somebody speeding driver killed him.
Jesus Christ.
Damn it all. Son of a
Well, to bring things up a little bit here, Raven Shadow will be happy to hear this. That Creepy Girl says, I'm in total agreement with Raven.
Thank you.
All right, well, we should start to wind this down. I feel like there's a lot that we can't talk about here. So it's kind of no point in trying to continue to do so. But I did really enjoy, there's a few scenes I really enjoyed with Oliver and Felix. There's that scene, actually, this is one of the things that sticks out as comedy. It's like black comedy is when he goes to throw the rock in the water with his father's name on it, and he fucking misses, and it ends up on the fucking edge. It doesn't even go in the water. Like, that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no, that's not a good sign.
That was fucking hilarious.
I forgot about that.
But that scene, like I really love that scene with them. Like it's like it feels like genuine bonding. You know, and then as you get further in the movie and you realize some things that have occurred, it really makes you wonder, you know, what was going on there. Was it legit? Was it not legit? You know, and I think it's really interesting to sort of like think about that, you know, and that's kind of why I would like to go back and watch to see, okay, now that I know what happens, you know, I want to kind of see that, you know, see it again from that angle. Creepy Girl says also, what about I'll leave out a part that she said, what about the dance at the end?
Yeah.
Oh.
Great, maybe
Apparently,
the great.
Raven Channel really likes
Yeah.
the dance at the end.
Yeah, he's gonna lick a tub.
Watch that over.
He's gonna lick a tub after this now.
I'm gonna go lick a tub.
Go lick a tub. It's like go eat some paste. Go lick a tub. Go lick a tub. Like Steven from Providence, go eat some paste.
Yeah. If you like it, fucking lick a tub, bro.
Lick a tub. That's gonna be
You're
my
gonna put
new
a ring on it.
That's gonna be my new fucking cut down. Go lick a tub.
Yeah. Yeah. If you like it so much, we should lick a tub, bro.
But
Fearless performance.
Fearless. The fucking fearless.
Fearless.
Oh man, I could never do that. MZ could do it. MZ would do. You should recreate that. That should be your next fucking thing.
Yeah.
Count on it. Just send me to Saltburn and I'll do it.
Send me to Saltburn. It's fucking.
Yeah, you gotta film it, Wolfie.
Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah, Creepy Girl says new dance for MZ to record. Flopping around.
So,
Raven
so
Show.
hear that, Patreon listeners?
Yeah.
You send in your donations. Get enough to send
MZ to Saltburn.
Send Wolfie and Monster Zero over to Saltburn.
By the way, Wolfie, you're supposed to send her that other dance, okay? I told you, send it to her. Send it to her.
Well, I want a reaction video.
Yeah, we gotta do. Yeah, we need some kind of reaction. We can't just.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah,
if you do something good, don't do it for free.
I agree. I agree.
The tax on that is a video reaction.
So, yeah.
Well, maybe episode 600 or something. Maybe we can send it to. If Creepy Girl will watch it and then make a reaction video while doing it and send that to us, then that's the tax.
Premium content.
So yeah, that dance. Oh man. Fearless.
Yo, my man's.
Speaking of DSOs, Raven Shadow, huh?
Fearless performance.
I think Barry Keoghan
like,
is
wow,
a fucking
he's
DSO
fearless
now.
Going here, and then it's like, nope, he ups the ante. Like he is the Thanos of fearless performances.
Thanos, fearless. Would he fucking snap and give half of fearless performance?
Yeah. His deal has all the affinity gems.
He took half of everybody else's fearless performance.
Yeah,
That's
he's
why he's so
fucking
fearless.
completely impressive.
He is,
Such an impressive brother.
Yeah, he is impressive.
Good for him. Even his weird looking face. Fine. Fuck you. He's fucking hung like a fucking.
Well, I love that scene in the movie too when they're in the like tall grass, and then they're like, yeah, like no pants allowed or no clothes allowed or whatever, and then he like undoes his pants or whatever, and then they're all like really impressed with the deal.
His fucking cock was like a shark's fin.
With the Three Stooges there?
Yeah. We're gonna need a bigger condom. What the fuck? Hey.
Condom. Oh god. Oh man,
Good for you, Golden Globe, the Golden Shaft.
I just want to watch that scene again.
It's fucking good scene. Listen.
And not because he's fucking buck ass naked, but because it's like, it's a fucking great scene.
It's fucking a great scene, dude.
Holy shit!
Ollie and I both popped.
It's such a great way to end it.
Good for you, sir. Good fucking for you.
Oh man, but like without saying too much, like the last scene where the last scene that we see with Oliver and Elspeth, that scene was crazy, right?
Dude.
It was at that point that he knew he's gotten this guy. Not gotten this guy.
He did what he wanted.
Yeah. My thing about this is that he's a quick thinker. Oliver is a quick thinker, and we
his name's Oliver Quick for not for nothing.
That's
good name.
True. And we learned that early on because we find out about his ability to do math really, really fast.
That's your gimmick.
But at the same time, he's also got a quick temper on him as well. No pun intended on that either. But I think what it was is that because of his ability to think fast on his feet, to figure things out, lightning quick, really. They keep using the word quick, and his last name's Quick. Now I'm going to keep going back to that. But there's no other word. That while he was rather, a milquetoast sort of character, he also learned early on that he can the things that he could do with this family, and possibly the things he could do with Saltburn. So and he took some chances, and they paid off. And then he just went crazy. Then he just went crazy throughout the family, and he became this completely other person that he wasn't sure that he was going to be, because he never really experienced these type of people with his type of thought and his type of philosophy and how they would take to that. And he was basically dangling a carrot right in front of the horse, and they snapped it up right fast, so
it wasn't a carrot.
I think it was all a test. I think it was all a test, and the folks of Saltburn failed that test, and Oliver won. Ta-da.
All right. Anyone else have anything before we head to the verdict?
Not really.
I feel like the way it wraps up, and without giving anything away, but I feel like the way it wraps up, if the film kept going, is not going to go the way Oliver expects it.
Yeah.
I feel like once you see everything that went on, some of it kind of compounds to be a little too obvious.
Yeah. Part of me almost wishes that we didn't see some of the stuff in the end that we saw.
Yeah.
But then again, though, they were like, there was a thing where when the one character said, they made a reference to a different boy that Felix brought over.
Right, right.
Which I don't know. I think what it showed made it different from other films. And I'm pretty sure to your point, the sequel probably will be 13 minutes long.
The sequel?
If people were to hey, connect the dots.
Yeah.
La, 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 la. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
All right. Well,
fearless performance.
Yes. There's a couple of them, but for sure by Barry Keoghan.
Brother rating out of 10.
Deal rating out of 10.
Yeah, out of
10. All right, let's do the verdict on this baby.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick
or a treat?
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, verdict time. We're going to let you know whether Saltburn was a trick or a treat and any final thoughts we may have. Let's start with our guest, Josh. Arkham Josh, was this a trick or a treat for you? And what did you think?
All right. I'm going to say this was a tepid treat.
Wow.
Yeah. So I agree with a lot of points where this film looked amazing. The actors did fantastic with what was written. The story was pretty interesting, but as MZ and I had said, we've seen films of this nature before.
Yep.
This is kind of a mashup of two different types of films that we've seen multiple times. And then, like, when you get into that second type of film, like, if you've seen things like Visitor Q, then shocking things are coming. And I've spent many years watching a lot of weird art house films and horror and shocking things, and whereas I'm sure a lot of stuff in here is really going to shock a lot of people, I did not find anything in here to be too shocking. And I kind of saw the direction it was going in, not exactly how it was going to be accomplished, but the direction it was heading. And then I know this last part is kind of on me because Promising Young Woman was so good in every respect and was such a gut punch.
Yeah.
That I personally was expecting a little bit more out of this film. I definitely still look forward to everything that she does in the future. I would say that if this film sounds interesting to you, definitely check it out because there is a lot going for it. But for me personally, tepid treat.
All right. MZ.
Yeah. There's a lot of good things here. It's shot beautifully. The editing is good too. I felt that the pacing felt a little wonky at times, especially around the middle. It felt like how would I put this? It just felt like there were a lot of things that were a little too on the nose as far as character goes. I know that doesn't go into the pacing aspect, but I just felt like the pacing of this film, especially towards the middle, was starting to feel a little weird. And I don't know if that was intentional or not. I don't know if we're trying to see this movie through Oliver's eyes. But it just felt a little weird. It just didn't feel right to me for some reason. Oliver, the actor who plays Oliver, his name escapes me now.
Barry Keoghan.
Keoghan.
Or Keoghan, I'm not sure.
Yeah, masterful performance. He is excellent. From the beginning to the end, he just puts in a great performance, and I would be shocked if he doesn't get a Best Oscar nod. He should. He was really fantastic in this movie. As far as the shocking scenes go, there's just one scene in there that I found to be shocking, and that's only because I wouldn't see a scene like this in a film that got such a wide distribution, put out by MGM. The last time I saw a scene like that, and I'm not going to, and I'll just say, the graveyard scene.
Yeah.
Or if you want to call it that, I haven't seen a scene like that since 1976's 1975.
Obviously.
Yeah.
1975's shockumentary Mondo Magic. Okay. So I don't know if Arkham Josh has seen Mundo Magic.
Oh yeah.
Then okay, good. Then you might have a good idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, but to have that scene put in a commercial film, wide distribution, put up by a major company, it's you just don't see it. That I find to be shocking, more so than the act itself. Yes, it's going to turn off a lot of viewers, a lot of conventional viewers. It's going to raise some eyebrows, but like Wolfie said, you're not going to forget it. Is this a good movie overall? Yes, it is. I think it's a very good movie. I want to see it again. If only to see Keegan perform again, because he was just fantastic in this. Everyone was great in this, and boundaries were pushed, brick walls were knocked down for wide release film. Like I said, you wouldn't see this. The stuff that you see here, you would see in like not so much a B movie, but an experimental film. So yes, this is a treat. Is it better than Promising Young Woman? Promising Young Woman, that was my number one film of 2021. So, will this hit number one? It's too early to say, but it's a good movie, and I'm going to give it a treat.
All right, Raven Shadow.
I mean, I'm not going to fuck with Josh's and MZ's knowledge of fucking depravity in films. I ain't going to fucking go there. But I think to the point of, right, the fact that some scenes in this film is up for fucking Golden Globe, like, really, like, normies are talking about this picture. And yeah, we've seen a lot of these elements before. But I think to Wolfie's point about the director's creation of characters, you don't know where, you don't necessarily hate anybody from the jump. And overall, it worked for me not knowing what was going on. And I enjoyed this picture. It's fucked. It's weird. Completely original? Probably not. Some scenes? Yeah. I think so. And it does culminate in a lot of male nudity. And that's fun. Treat.
All right. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, this being the second film we've done this year, like where, like if it'll stand up and be one of the like top films of the year. It's hard to say, but I really enjoyed this. I don't know if I liked it. I think I rated this slightly lower than I did Promising Young Woman. So I think I like that a little bit better overall. But I feel like Emerald Fennell took a step forward in terms of style with this. And that to me is like, I don't know, like I really enjoy that. Like not that the substance is lacking here, but it doesn't pack as much of a punch, like, a socio-political punch as much as Promising Young Woman did. But I think this film is just absolutely gorgeous. There's so many great aspects to it that it just left me really impressed. So I can't wait to see what she's going to do next. There's some fucking great performances in this. Barry Keoghan is awesome. And one thing I read was that he wasn't initially cast to play Oliver Quick. It was originally Timothée Chalamet. Imagine him rocking the deal at the end. You think he would have done that? I don't know. I think also that end was changed. I think it was going to be a little bit different originally, but I go ahead.
But even that end wasn't gratuitous. I think
No, it wasn't at all.
Poignant to what was happening.
Yeah. And also one thing I must have missed this because it probably was in the paper or something like that, or I didn't like pick up on it. But the scene where he encounters Elsbeth in the cafe, that took place 15 years later.
Oh,
yeah. Because when they show him in his apartment,
yeah,
he's looking at a newspaper and there's an obituary for her husband,
right?
And it says 2022.
Okay, I must have like been focused on some other aspect of the paper because I remember seeing the thing about the husband passing away.
Yeah, you have to look at like the second line of the headline that's smaller.
Okay,
and it gives like the years. Yeah.
Because I knew I could tell time had passed, but I didn't realize how much at the time.
But he even looked. He even looked older.
Yeah.
In that shot,
when he had the
even
hair,
though it wasn't done
parted
that
differently.
way.
Yeah.
And can I say one more or two more things?
Sure.
The way the shot was done, where it's the first time I can remember seeing people wearing masks in movies.
That's a good or whatever. Yeah.
And even people walking down the street too.
Yep. Yeah, I should have picked up on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was the barista did. There was the pink one, but there was even also an older gentleman.
Yep.
And some folks wore masks, some folks didn't.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've ever seen that in film. At least on the show.
Well, I mean, we have, but like for instance, like
but not gimmick related. Not
Yeah. I know we've seen
I'm
it.
talking about real life.
In the Earth, the Ben Wheatley film, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I think there's been a few, but still it is a little weird to see, a little jarring, I guess.
But more real. And it
yeah, and very much of that time, right?
Yeah. And it's one of those things where if you watch this movie 10 years from now, hopefully that's just it's like wearing
remember
neon
that?
in
Yeah.
the 80s.
Yeah. So I think I've said pretty much what I wanted to say, but yeah, the performances in this were phenomenal, and just the performances and the way this picture looked to me are gonna like rank it very high because of that. But I also liked that this took sort of more of a traditional sort of like literary story and added in like some fucking genre shit that you wouldn't see in this, and I like that flair, and yeah, that flair. So yeah, it's a treat for me. This is a pretty big treat, actually. Yeah, great performances, and introduced me to some, I guess, just Jacob Elordi, who looking forward to seeing him in some other stuff, especially Frankenstein, if that happens. It's pretty fucking cool. All right, well, that's it for.
I actually have one.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Josh.
Not related to my opinion of the film or the making of the film, but I had thought of it afterward when we were discussing the aspect ratio.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if it was a decision of the distributor or recommended by the filmmaker, but one thing I was extremely impressed by is that the opening company logos, like MGM and everything,
yeah,
are also in 4:3. Now, the reason I say that is I did not have the opportunity to project this film, but I have projected multiple re-releases of older films or different things that are like a digital format, and the film is 4:3, but then the distributor will go and slap like a 185 opening logo on it.
Yeah.
Which means I cannot then properly mat the screen to 4:3 because I would have to have the curtains moving while the film has started. And it is always one of those things that like frustrates the hell out of me as like a projectionist trying to give like a proper presentation, where it's like, well, I can have it properly matted for your opening logo, but then it all goes out the window. So I, as a projectionist, when I saw that, I greatly appreciated that somebody actually thought of that.
I gotta look at this movie again just for the aspect ratio because
I can't believe you did. Yeah.
Totally missed it. I never even noticed it. My God.
Did you watch it on a, like old CRT TV or something?
Black and white.
Yeah. Must have. You know, it's the old black and white 13-inch Quasar that I own. You know?
Quasar.
Remember those TV watches?
Oh yeah. So there's actually a couple other things I wanted to bring up about this. This is just trivia and IMDb.
Sure.
But Barry Keoghan, he said that he approached this movie as if you were playing 5 different characters. He labeled each scene with Oliver as Oliver 1, Oliver 2, Oliver 3, and so on, based on which version of Oliver he should play at any given time. Each Oliver had their own motivations and mannerisms, and Keoghan would often need to play several different Oliver phases throughout one day of shooting. So that's interesting to hear that he kind of broke it up that way.
Yeah,
I can believe it, and it works because the character of Oliver is such a multifaceted and very complex at times character, and for him to break it down the way he did, I mean, it only makes sense for him. You know, that way he knows exactly the kind of Oliver he needs to play. I mean, it just makes sense. Also,
Emerald Fennell has stated that she considers Saltburn a vampire movie, even though the story does not have supernatural elements.
Oh, there's a vampire scene in there. What a great line. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. Beautiful line.
My man's got game, dude.
So, this is the thing I wanted to bring up. This is why I looked in here. So, the opening title, because you made me think of this, Josh, when you're talking about the aspect ratio at the beginning. Each frame of the opening title of the film was hand drawn, gilded, and painted, and then applied in stop motion. Apparently, it took months to make as a single frame. Took half a day.
Yeah.
So that was all hand drawn animation. The Saltburn opening title. I thought it looked really impressive. I didn't really think about that, but yeah, it was gorgeous. I mean, I'm glad that's a lot of work to do for something that could be done very quickly digitally now. So it's really kind of cool to see that they kept the artistry there, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's it. There's probably some other stuff in there, but I don't want to keep prattling on about this. So Saltburn, it is available on Amazon Prime to stream if you have Prime Video. You can check it out there. And if you get a chance to check it out, let us know what you think. Send in a voice message and or an email to podcast@trickortreatradio.com and let us know. Creepy Girl says the vampire scene reminded me of that movie Excision. I never saw Excision, but I'm familiar with it. And also, Creepy Girl said deal in regarding the tuck dance video, MZ. So apparently she will send in a reaction video. So we need to coordinate that for the episode 600.
Yeah, boy.
All right, next week. So let me pull up. Next week we will be joined by a guest, and this guest. It's funny because I'd actually had this movie programmed already when I saw that it was coming out, and he hit me up as he sometimes does when he sees movies that look like they'd be interesting to talk about with us, and so it only seemed right to get our boy Rocky on next week.
Oh shit.
To discuss a movie called Destroy All Neighbors. It is a horror comedy, and it is directed by Josh Forbes. don't know if I've seen any of Josh's. You know, it's funny. I haven't seen it, but Josh has a funny connection to. Oh no, we have seen it. Never mind. I'm sorry. We did see it. He has a funny connection because he directed Contracted Phase 2, the sequel to Contracted, which I don't even remember that we did that. Do you?
Did we?
Yep. Episode 165 in 2015 we did it.
Well, Contracted.
Contracted Phase 2, yeah. So it was, yeah, that's right, because it was Matt Mercer. It was the dude who was in the first one who, you know, kind of had the zombie gene. So, yeah, kind of crazy. So we have a little connection here. He directed Contracted Phase 2. And, but yeah, so Destroy All Neighbors. I'll just tell you, I mean, the synopsis I don't think is going to give anything away. Struggling prog rock musician William Brown finds himself in a living nightmare when he accidentally kills Vlad, the neighbor from hell.
Tree.
And it's I don't know if he's a star or if he's just sort of like, I don't know if he's a cameo, but he's listed first on the cast. Kumail Nanjiani.
Yes.
You know him, right?
Yeah, I was in high school with him.
No. You fucking kidding me?
Who is that?
What character did he play? He was he was in the Eternals as Kingo. Do you know that character?
No, I don't know Kingo.
Well, I don't know. It's fucking Marvel, so I figured you know.
Well, yeah, but it's no one cares about Neil Gaiman couldn't make the Eternals cool. It's Makari and Cersei. Those are the only Eternals I care about.
I can't remember what else this dude has been in. I don't know.
Probably
He's been in tons of shit though. He was also in Obi-Wan, the Obi-Wan TV show. He was in.
Oh, that's a good.
Huh?
I liked Obi-Wan.
Did you see the whole series?
Yeah, despite all the haters.
All right.
saying,
Well, he played
"How
He played that fake Jedi. He was like the grifting.
Oh, that boy good.
Yeah, the grifting Jedi. He was also in that movie Stuber with Dave Bautista.
Yeah, that's my boy, dude.
That's why I see. Yeah. Now you know.
You know, the boy that he didn't know who it was.
Yeah. That's your boy, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, what we were talking about? Destroy All Neighbors. So it features him, Thomas Lennon. Fucking love Thomas Lennon. You know who that is, right, Raven Shadow?
Oh,
Yes,
stop
John
asking
Lennon's
that.
second cousin.
Lieutenant Dangle from Reno 911.
Oh, Dangle's my boy. Where's he going? What's he doing?
He's probably gonna walk the dog.
Look at the squash.
Fuck. What did he in Viva Variety?
Viva Variety, The State.
The State. He's so good.
Such a brother.
He is such a brother. So yeah, it's got a bunch of other recognizable folks, but it looks fun. It looks campy. It looks fun. So we'll be doing Destroy All Neighbors next week, and let's see. I don't know if it's getting
he
a.
thought he was doing coke in the bathroom, but ended up doing LSD.
Wait, what?
He has a story where he thought he was doing coke in the bathroom, but ended up snorting LSD.
Okay.
True.
Whose story is that?
Officer Dangle.
Oh, Dangle. Oh, okay. All right. Let me just see, because I know this is going to be a Shudder film. I don't know if it's streaming on Shudder. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot who it was fucking starring, because it doesn't list him on the main page of IMDb, but it's Alex Winter. Alex motherfucking Winter.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
MZ, we pissed at you not to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, Kumail Nanjiani, Thomas Lennon, and Alex Winter. That's a fucking cast.
Treat.
And so I was checking to see if it was going to be streaming on Shudder this Friday, January 12th. So it'll be on Shudder.
Cool.
So there you go. Everyone can check it out. We'll be talking about Destroy All Neighbors, and our boy Rocky will be joining us for that. All right, we got one voice message. It's from, we'll see what the brother rating is after we hear the voice message, but it's from Evil Corny. Michael Ravenchat, are you excited?
I am excited.
All right, well, let's hear from Evil Corny.
Hey guys, I'm gonna give Saltburn a treat. Really enjoyed the film. I saw this in the theaters a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
The trailer for this, every time I saw it in the theater, it was kind of deceiving compared to what we actually saw and what was going on in the film. I really wanted to see it because I guess Emerald Fennell is also the director of Promising Young Woman, and I really thought a lot about that film. But like I said, I'm giving this a treat. Also, if I'm right, if Wolfie's seen the Barbie movie, I think she plays Midge in that film. If I'm thinking if she's the right person or not, that I'm thinking of. Yeah, but you all have a good one. Hope everybody's having a happy new year. Evil Corny out. What up, Raven Shadow?
What's up, baby?
Oh, well, there you go. Thanks, Corny. It's good to hear from you, buddy. Glad you dug the movie, and that's pretty cool. You got to see it in the theater.
Such a brother.
Well, what's the brother rating then?
Brother rating 10.
Was there any question?
I gotta say, I think this is the first time I've heard Raven Shadow actually give the brother rating, because he said brother rating 10. Usually he says brother rating out of 10.
Yeah.
Which means like 10 is the range, but he doesn't say what the actual rating is.
Brother rating out of 10.
Doesn't matter, Josh.
Do you say at a 10 or out of 10?
Yeah. Whichever comes first.
Well, A before E, except F. I don't know.
It usually sounds like you say out of 10. And I'm always wondering, but what out of 10?
Brother rating out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you even know what you say?
No.
Brother rating
10 out of 10
at
brothers
at
gives
a
brother rating
10
out of 10.
or out of 10?
Yeah.
No,
Just
what is
listen
it?
for it
Don't say
next
yeah.
time.
What is it?
What was the whole It's the Hall bit? Like 39 Helens agree.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, man.
Yeah, boy.
All right, so that's it. Let me just double check. No more voice messages. So, Corny, good to hear from you, buddy. And as always, thanks for calling in, leaving a voice message.
I'm trying to get back to my voice messages next week.
Oh, whatever, Josh. I know things have been hectic for you, so yeah, whatever. Whenever you can, we always love hearing from you.
And don't worry, I won't send in like an 8-minute catch up with all the movies I missed.
Well,
if anybody wants to know what I thought about anything, they can message me and ask.
I don't mind an occasional, longer voice message.
Yeah, but this one, it's been like a month and a half.
Oh, so you're gonna call in and give all of them? It'll be like a 30-minute voice message.
Right. So I'm not going to do that. I'll just pick up wherever we are.
Yeah. Okay. MZ, you had walked away, but I had just said that I'd forgotten. But in next week's movie, stars Alex Winter.
Really?
Yeah, Destroy All Neighbors. It's on Shudder.
Excellent.
All right.
Bogus.
Well, that is. I think that's going to do it. So before we wind up here, Josh, as always,
me.
it was awesome to have you on and good to catch up with you. Now, are you still? I'm looking at your Discogs right now. You still want to tell folks about Discogs or wherever they can find your physical media?
Yeah. Let's see here. The Discogs. Let's see. I never remember the full web
I have it
address.
right here. So
All right.
it's discogs.com/seller/jgravel.
Yeah. And if you look up Weird Media on Instagram or even Facebook, you can find me and you can find out usually what events I'll be at.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So everyone give that a look and check out and find out where Josh is going to be.
Yep. Pretty soon I'll be selling Raven Shadow's G.I. Joe collection.
It's true.
And Josh will be a lot lighter when it comes to Criterion Collection after MZ hits it.
Yes. Yeah.
And gets that 5% discount for working all weekend.
Josh, we should get pizza and you come over and play.
All right. You get those toys from your grandmother's house.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll come over.
MZ's going to
set
do
up the flag. Make sure you have all the pieces.
Yeah, awesome.
MZ's going to do like a fucking Saltburn. He's going to work in your booth and he's going to try and fucking take over.
Take it over. Over the weekend, we'll all die.
Yeah. Oh Jesus.
Then I'll dance naked through all your records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll hump
Get
your
your
record.
fucking booth the morning fucking after pill.
He'll hump your record collection.
Yeah.
He'll put a record needle in his urethra or something.
Yeah. Fuck your records, Josh. Fuck your records.
Christ.
Yeah, that
Disc
sounds about
box.
All right. So yeah, everyone go check out Josh, discogs.com/seller/jgravel. Or I guess you could just go to Discogs and search for J Gravel. That'll also bring it up. So check out Josh's stuff. And Discogs is just for records, right, Josh?
All music media.
Okay. So
yeah.
people won't find the Blu-rays and the DVDs on there.
Right.
They have to come see you at a show to get that. Okay.
Right. So yeah, then you see where I'll be, and I'll usually state what kind of stuff I'm bringing, because if it's just a record show, I'm not going to bring a bunch of movies and toys.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do more mixed things, and I'll bring a bunch of random stuff.
Would you consider it mixed media?
Some of it, yes, but I don't think you can consider like toys and posters media.
That's true. Oh man! All right, well, that's gonna do it. Everyone, go check out Josh's Discogs and go see Josh at a show if you're anywhere in the area. And what was it, Josh? Weird Media, on Instagram and.
Yeah, and I've been going all over the place lately.
Nice.
I mean, at least within the Northeast. Because let's see, last weekend I was in Kittery, Maine. Weekend before that I was in Terrytown, New York.
Nice.
This Sunday I'll be in New Haven, Connecticut. Weekend after that I'm back up in Maine and Portland.
Look at that, MZ. You should go check it out.
You should.
The Arkham Josh World Tour.
Yeah.
You sell shirts with the fucking dates on the back.
Taking over the Northeast like by storm.
Yes.
Like a fucking nor'easter.
Just storming around.
Oh shit! All right, well that is gonna wrap up the show. MZ, say goodbye to the folks and Josh.
Josh, good seeing you again, man. And I'll look into considering to go to the New Hampshire show as opposed to the Fairhaven show. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm considering making the change. And arrivederci, douchebags.
All right, Michael Ravenchaddle.
Josh, love you, boo. Thank you so much. Thank you for being you. And everybody support what Josh does, because he's the Shabba Shiznit. And for this time and for next time, live fast, love hard, die with your mask on.
Shabba Shiznit. Can I quote you on that?
Please.
It's going on my business card.
Yes.
It's going on the world tour shirt.
Yeah.
the Nor'easter tour.
Well, thank you guys for having me back on.
Of course, Josh. We'll have to do it again. Definitely won't wait as long next time. We always
He's
just
a brother.
Yeah, feel free to reach out too. I know sometimes I get caught up with work and all this other shit, and I just forget to reach out to anyone about guests. Usually, that's why Rocky comes on now and then, because he's like, hey, you gotta check this movie out. So I'm like, all right, that's easy.
Oh, Josh is part of the fucking team.
He is.
Fucking come on now.
All right, well, that is going to do it. So, Josh, as always, great hanging out with you. Great to get your thoughts on film and get your perspective, and also just hear what's going on with you and find out, because you're a brother rating out of 10, Josh. Brother rating out of 10. Oh, shit. All right, so that's going to do it, everyone. So be safe. Come back. Join us next week. We'll be talking about Destroy All Neighbors on Shudder with our boy Rocky. Until then, see you.